What's going on, everybody? I'm sure you heard a little bit of inner workings of what we were talking about. We were just getting ourselves ready, baby, because you already know what time it is. It is the World Warrior Tournaments here, brought to you by Level Up Live, coming through with Pops in the back, too. My name is Vicious here with James Chen, and we're going through U.S. West and Canada, right? This is going to be a pretty good one because this is indeed a super premiere. Before we even get into that, I hope everybody had a very safe and fun EVO. Our voices are pretty much shot. And James, how are we feeling about this week?
I mean, this week I was just like, you know what? I'm not streaming. I'm not doing. I'm just chilling right now. I need to recover from Evo. Definitely always a tough one, but I mean, look at these players, man. They were like, hey, let's go to Evo, and now they're trying to qualify for Capcom Cup via World Warrior. There's no rest for these players right now. So excited to see how these players are gonna perform here for the first week. Again, this is first out of 5 weeks. That's right. For U.S. Canada West. And you had mentioned that this is a super region essentially. And what does that mean? Well, for the World Warriors, there's just the regular regions, and then there's the super regions. For the super regions, 2 people get to qualify. Because last year, everyone's like, yo, like Ending Walker won every single one of them, and he still has to play at the end. And you're like, what's the deal with that? And so this year, for super regions, whoever gets the most points during all 5 weeks automatically qualifies. They're done. They're done. They're in Capcom Cup. There we go.
Okay.
And then everybody else still has to play a finals like we did last year. But so that's going to be based on the point totals. But it is only your best 3 performances. So if you do like 3rd place, 2nd place, 3rd place, 8th place, your 8th place doesn't count. It's only the top 3 performances. You get into a top 8 bracket. You fight each other out. Whoever wins that gets to go to Capcom Cup. For the regular regions, they only have that point system, and I can't remember if they're doing all 5 weeks or if the regular regions are also just doing the top 3, which I think might be the case. But in any case, they don't have that one guy who gets in just by getting all the points, essentially.
We'll get there when we get there, right? If anything, all the details can be found over at CapcomProTour.com to get all the details in regarding to what regions are participating and what regions are going to be super regions, right? So this is going to be a great way for you to brush up on who's actively playing, who's going to be showing up for some of these events, and also a place to register as well. If you guys wanted to try your hand at global competition, well, obviously it's only open to your respective area. But at the same time, this is a great way to kind of brush yourself up and also test your skills against some of the local folks that are also gunning to be a professional. So again, CapcomProTour.com is where you need to go to find all the action you would need. And we also do a weekly recap show over with CPT over at the studios as well. With that in mind, again, we have so many different sponsors that kind of put us on with this in mind. Again, big shout outs to everybody involved. I know Bait is also a part of this week, really helping out a lot of the winners to pretty much deck themselves out in some really cool gear towards the end of it all. And as you can see, we're pretty much big fans. Going into it, though, as you may or may not know, we've already established our top 8 a little bit late here on the West Side.
Yes.
But you know what? Everybody likes some late night gaming. Let's take a look at who we have. Liquid's own Nephew versus Noah the Prodigy. That is going to be a very hotly contested one right off the bat. Then, of course, it doesn't stop there. JB versus Chris CCH. I know for sure JB was streaming, because I definitely rated him just now. But Chris CCH, I would love to see how he's been performing as of late. What's over down below in the second half, though?
I mean, there's a lot of good names down there that a lot of people are going to be excited for. We've got Alex Myers, the Chun-Li extraordinaire, of course, going up against the Wunderkind, Enzo the Hokage down there. But I'm sure a lot of people are looking down a little bit lower and they see that Snake Eyes going up against Moss HD. Now, Moss is not a name that I'm familiar with personally. I don't know if you know much about Moss, but he's going to be going up against Snake Eyes. He was sent to losers by Chris CCH, but took out quite a few players on his way over here. But, Snake Eyes is here. Remember, he did win the online CPT West last year. Right. So let's see how he does here in the World Warriors.
Yeah, really kind of curious about that because he's been taking out a lot of the local talent that's been on the up and up, right? He got Air Jordan 43. He's definitely had Air Birdie Man 187. He's also taken out one of the guys that I'm familiar with, Exia, who's pretty much like at majority of the local events down in SoCal, and he drives, man. Local ed player. But with that in mind, again, very, very diverse roster. Also, just looking at the names. So this is going to be a very, very, I think, hotly contested all the way through. But for the most part, the winners bracket, man, that's going to be so exciting. The way that Nephew had performed over at Evo, same with Noah the Prodigy. In fact, Noah the Prodigy has been in a hot streak. He's been pretty much on the buzz or on the button in regards to his performance and making it into EWC. Both of these players actually make it into the big EWC.
That's right. That's right. Nephew did that at, was it CEO? I think it was that he got in there. Because yeah, that's right. Because Punk had already qualified, so Punk, when he won that, the spot went down to second and third, and I believe Nephew was in that category there. So, but obviously, a lot of these players also want to get into the big dance at Capcom Cup, which will be taking place in Tokyo this year. Let's go.
Oh my
Going
God.
back to
I literally got the
hopefully-
shivers when I heard the word Tokyo. Man, don't do that.
I'm hoping, you know, that they'll fly us out there for that. So.
I've already made a decision as soon as it was announced. I'm going to be saving up a lot of money to just bring myself there because it is at a legendary venue. I just want to see the folks over there. I would love to say hi to the production over there. I want to say hi to the players and just be a fan. You know, even if I'm not working it, being a fan at a Capcom Cup event and a spectator is such already like a spectacle in and of itself, right? So I would love to even just be there in person and feel that energy, just like you would here in this top 8, right? Being here is so important because it gets us a step closer to figure out who's going to be in our Capcom Cup. Right now, looking at the characters, we got Judy versus Luke, Rashid versus Chris. I'm not too sure who Chris is playing. I'll be quite honest because he's been kind of like going through a character crisis himself. Do you happen to know? Have you happened to catch up with the young man?
Oh, which one? I'm sorry. I'm trying to give some messages to. Oh, see, he's been playing nothing but Ed. He's all in on Ed right now. So yeah, he is definitely one of the believers of that character. I mean, that character, dude, he was the second highest character represented in the top 32 at Evo. It was Ken, who's always just dominated everything. But then Ed was the next most represented. So, you know, this character is definitely making his way up the tier lists right now.
Then you have Alex Myers versus Enzo the Hokage, right? Alex Myers had been using Chun-Li for a good amount of time. The inner workings of a lot of like SoCal functions that have been happening, he has been dabbling with Bison, but his main piece has still been Chun-Li. Enzo the Hokage has been also on a hot topic lately for at least the Burbank area. He's been driving all around, but a lot of the times in Burbank, he's been making a lot of top 8, top 3s actually with that Ken. I don't know if there's any relation to Noah the Prodigy. I don't know what their relationship is between those two, but I feel like there's got to be some inner workings with that because I think Noah the Prodigy might have had a little bit of a hand in helping Enzo the Hokage figure out his game plan or his strategies these last couple of months. But
I mean, I think it's great because obviously both of them, you know, younger players here, and you know, I always think it's funny because Noah the Prodigy, I always say that Enzo is kind of like the next stage of that, right? Because now Noah is not the young kid like he was when he showed up to Evo the first time with some MVC3. Of course, Snake Eyes with the Zangief. Everybody's been talking about Zangief, but there were 0 Zangiefs in top 32 at Evo. I'm just saying, but obviously we didn't have a Kobayan there, and Snake Eyes I don't think made it to Evo either. But a lot of the other Zangiefs like Itazan got sent to the losers like in pool number 2 or something like that. So, you know, it was definitely a tough road for a lot of the Zangief players. And as I said, Moss, I don't know much about Moss. I don't even know what character he plays right now. So
he's using your favorite character right now, actually.
Was he a Kimberly player?
No, this is an Evo Championship character.
Ah, Cammy. Okay, that's fair. Yeah, that's who I'm labbing a lot nowadays. So, Cammy, definitely a very, very strong character. I just think she's hard to be consistent with because she has a lot of risk, but that's why Punk can do so well because he plays her without a lot of risk, and his fundamentals are just so good.
Speaking of good fundamentals, we got that on lock for both of these characters. Here we go. Game 1, Noah already pretty aggressive and in the corner. This is actually going to be so much damage. Look at this again. Noah the Prodigy, no stranger to fighting in Burnout. He puts himself in these situations more often than not on his own volition so that he can regain it as soon as possible, right? But this is going to be great for Nephew. You might actually see exactly how Chris Wong lost Capcom Cup last year, right?
Right,
Okay.
yeah. But the wake up right there, the eraser coming through here.
Yeah, super smart to do it right then because the meaty fireball would have definitely trapped Noah the Prodigy, locked into a normal, into possibly maybe like a drive impact if Noah wasn't ready. Yeah, that's also hard to call out to say Noah wouldn't be ready for something with the cap, right?
And you know, you mentioned that Noah started out very aggressive last round. If Noah ever started a round and was playing like defensive and careful, I would call the judges and make sure nobody's playing for him, or I would check to see if he's okay. Because I don't know if I've ever seen Noah be passive in this game at all.
I kind of agree with you there. Oh, did he just hit?
That looked like last frame or second to last frame.
Oh, what was that? That was a very significant error too. That's when you start to call the cops. That's when you kind of ask, is Noah the Prodigy okay? Because I've never seen him try to do something like that.
Right. I'm not sure if he was trying to drive rush in there and he just missed it or something. Ooh, did you see the delay right there off of that drive rush cancel?
So they're kind of tough too for at least Nephew to close it out. He does have the advantage in the corner. That's exactly why I was saying that as soon as there is a gap, my man is churning the butter. This guy's got it.
Just 2 times now. Wake up level 2 to take out Nephew. Nephew being a little greedy on those now. Obviously, he's got to have to read the situation where Noah's willing to wake up with those. Or, you know, Noah could be reacting to the fireball startup because that's long. The drive rush startup is a little long, so he has a little time for that. But Nephew's got to be aware of that now to do like drive rush into nothing or with the jab or something.
Or even the overhead because there is considerable startup, right? That's actually something that didn't telegraph this last couple of months, actually, the jury's overhead. Nephew seems to recover pretty well off of that. Not too phased. Maybe game 1 was a download round. Does get the perfect carry in a space where maybe he could have tried to punish, but it's so hard to play.
Yeah, and honestly, Nephew with an amazing performance this last weekend too. 9th place, just outside of that top 8. So just missed the medal. Both him and Mago actually, the 2 highest placing jury players, just falling just short of that top 8.
I think you'd have to win like maybe like 1 more because again that top 6 is no easy. What an interruption too against the drive rush from East. Cashing out immediately too.
That felt good, didn't it?
Felt good, didn't it? No, that didn't feel good at all, Jury. Oh, and the shimmy? The shimmy going in there, and yeah, plenty of drive gauge to be able to take that round. Ties it up 1-1.
Loving the utilization of the target combo too. I got to talk to some of the jury players out there. They're starting to see a little bit more mileage with it to get some of the big damage extenders, but right now with Nephew, I don't think you really needed it. It's a great start for him as he gets to slowly coach Noah the Prodigy, put him in the corner. It's gonna be a bust out. Frame kill will be important tech from Noah. What a block!
There we go. Wow, and the crouching heavy punch is fast enough to punish that. Holy crap. Wow.
That's normal.
Trade, that's actually really fortunate for Nephew. If he got hit by that would have been painful. Nice! Got right over the sandblast. And yeah, you see right there how he actually just drive rushed and did nothing. That was a result of all the previous rounds with the wake up erasers causing him problems.
See that very, very close to her chest angle with the standing medium punch. As soon as I was counter hit, forward medium was enough to close the gap. Very, very cool.
Ooh. Crouching meter kick right there. Drive rush cancel it. Look at this. Noah's going to spin the meter right away. Just get some damage over here. Interesting decision, you know. He's not going to get any Oki off of that, and it's not like he was really that starving of drive gauge, but again, Noah just likes to be offensive and aggressive as much as possible.
Damn, what a conversion too off of the counter hit, especially if it was drive rush. Well, either way, you still get it. It's counter hit or not. Prodigy does intercepted, and the overhead actually comes through. The importance of that Nephew not shying away from that exact tactic for a level 3 finish again. I'm so strong.
Oh yeah, this is dude. I had forgot. I got the CA and the level 3 confused because you know how the level 3, the last hit, basically does no damage. I was doing another one of those, is this gonna kill things at Evo? And it was Jury and it wasn't the CA, and I was like, oh wait, he's got plenty of life. The last hit's not gonna kill him. He died, and I was just like, James, like.
It's much harder now, man. Some of the rules have changed just slightly in terms of scaling.
Right.
I don't think.
Uh-oh, this is gonna hurt. And there you go, Nephew is at match point here.
I'm really enjoying the evolution of big punish, counter punishes with like drive rush forward, normal, or like certain differences where you do like a special move instead, and then it links into a normal. It's been very pleasant to watch that development. But more Prodigy, even more so pleasant is the corner carry already, and even better, Nephew gets the back throw.
That's painful right there, because all that work you did spent getting Jury to the corner, one back throw. I mean, that's how the game works, right? The corner is a scary situation, but one back throw or a good side switch combo can turn everything around. Ooh, and this time it's Nephew's turn to do a wake-up ODDP against the drive rush overhead, and here we are, burned out Noah, but again, that means immediate back off into Sandblast game here, which is exactly what he's doing, but he just ran in! Kicks.
Oh, no way!
He doesn't even need to spend any meter. He doesn't even need to spend any meter.
Actually, so scary too. I didn't think the fierce flash knuckle would have killed just enough because mine's really pixelated. But that would have been so scary if Nephew had survived.
I'm surprised he didn't just go for the level 1 just for the guarantee, you know. But Noah knows his character well, so. Ooh, got clipped by the Sandblast right before he tried to get into the air and then got caught low. And here we go towards the corner again, and it's like, I'm not gonna get back thrown this time. I'm just gonna throw you all day. We got loops. Nope. Ooh. Dude, this is gonna hurt. Oh no, he missed it. He charged a little too long, but it doesn't matter anyway because Nephew did the wake-up drive reversal when Noah jumped, so that was gonna be a free punish.
It's kind of wild that Nephew had gone for that. I don't think that was an option for him. At least too often in the set thus far, but Noah the Prodigy sniffing it out in a very critical moment to tie himself up to a piece.
Yeah. All right, so here we go, down to the last game. As you can see, everything is 3 out of 5 over here for this entire top 8, as is customary for Capcom Cup top 8s. Oh God, the crouch medium kick again.
All he sees is green, green, green. This man's already in burnout again.
Yep, no fear. And you see Nephew just poking out with that standard light kick after the Fuhad charge. Wow, look at the sequence here, burnout sequence. Still hasn't gone for it yet, can't quite get out. Here we go, no drive impact just yet. He's about to run out of time, but you know what? He's not gonna push it, and that's so smart. You see how Nephew had him burned out, but he wasn't focused on the drive impact. Instead, taking advantage of Noah's, attempts to try to escape the drive impact all day.
So scary too. Oh my God, that was a counter hit. The conversion off the lights. Gonna drive rush forward, and Nephew busting it out again, taking a page out of Noah's book, putting himself into burnout with the OD Tensing.
Nice. Good job right over there. And here we go. Up kicks, dash in, whiffs the throw.
Again, you see the flashes. The Prodigy, he's actually stuck.
Oh, drive impact out of nowhere.
That's gotta be it, right?
Looks like it's going to keep it nice and simple. Easy combo. Nephew going to advance forward on the winner's side, sending Noah the Prodigy to loser's bracket. Wow.
One time, Nephew actually calculated that out. Noah the Prodigy puts himself into burnout. And you know what? Nephew's like, I'm going to back off just a little bit to give him that false sense of security. Once he alleviates himself and moves forward with dash or something, then I'm going to throw out that drive impact. That was really, really well played. I think it was very ambiguous as to when the drive impact was going to come in. That was very, very critical. You all right over there, James?
Sorry. It's like I said, it's been a long week. I'm still recovering from Evo, so I apologize.
Yeah.
Still a little tired over here.
We're both up very early gaming today. So there's a lot of gaming going on this morning, and I don't blame him. But Noah the Prodigy still has another shot. He actually gets put to face off the winner between Snake Eyes and Moss. But in the meantime, the switch up between the next is going to be JB and Chris ECH. But we're not going to go into that just yet. I do like the fact that Nephew was pretty much going tit for tat in regards to like what Noah the Prodigy was trying to do. I think Nephew really understanding how the player wants to like put himself into burnout really got him prepared for what his offensive pressure is going to be like, and went to like kind of take advantage of the extra plus frames that he has while that burnout is happening. So good ups to Nephew and making those really quick decisions against Noah.
Yeah, again, Noah's so good at, being in burnout, avoiding the drive impacts and such. So, as you mentioned, Nephew, and, I talked about this too, how Nephew was like not focused on trying to get the drive impact. He played that, got him jumping backwards in the corner, make sure he had the DP, etc., etc. A lot of good call outs there, and then saved the drive impact only at the very end when he convinced Noah that he wasn't going to try it at all. So nicely done. But here we go. Yep, it is Chris ECH with the Ed going up against Rashid from JB. JB is the one that sent Snake Eyes the losers. Wondering out there.
Chris ECH has had a pretty impressive run of his own as well going into it. But yeah, this Ed is going to be pretty exciting to watch. He's taking down Ohawk, right there, Moss, Exia. Very similar routes here. Oh, what a call out with sweep against the Arabian Cyclone. He actually fully called it out.
Yeah, Ed is getting stronger and stronger. I did talk to Brian Ash a little bit at Evo, and he says that he thinks that there's a couple of different matches. Not sure if he's like for free top 5 yet, but like I said, the numbers definitely speak volumes of how many Eds there were at the top 32 of Evo. And just like, if you're Fudo and you're switching from DJ to Ed, there has to be a good reason, right?
Totally. A lot of the Ed players actually came from the DJ players, the resurgence of Ed players. Oh, just raw.
Which is crazy too, because like I said, I think DJ's still amazing. I think he's still a great character. Yeah, one of the tricky things about Ed, he can die to drive impacts, but it's still just so scary and it's just wow, okay, it was just raw Eagle spike him while he's charging up the Psycho Flicker. I like that. Okay.
Maybe this is a tough matchup. Who knows? I gotta say, that's definitely a way to kind of cover your bases of giving the Ed player like a false sense of security. They can't really kill rush forward, right, or like backdash with the threat of the Eagles by perhaps. Maybe I could be like completely wrong, but from where I'm standing right now, JB utilizing that seems to be a pretty valid threat.
I think the only thing that really the Ed can do is just let the Psycho Flicker rock early, and just catch him out of the air with the out of the Eagle spike, I should say. Oh, he's going for it. Oh yeah, because he has the round 1 already. That's right. I forgot. I thought he still had 0 rounds. He got that first round, so yeah, definitely spend it and get the perfect too. Wow. Okay. Dominating round with a perfect at 64 seconds left. Wow.
That's fair. I would have loved to see a Mimosa Dream combo perhaps. That would have been very nice. Ooh, yeah, calling out the blocks against the Arabian Cyclone with the uppercut. Very well played. Good awareness too from Chris ECH, understanding the strings, and now he's harassing with a lot of his own flicker past the fireball. Going for the Oki setup, dash twice. Rush. Still within range for a crouching medium.
Ow, okay, it's gonna hurt here. Yeah, fakes the meaty fireball, goes for the throw instead, but then gets back thrown. Okay, this is, it's still a long road for JB, but this is a scary situation. Because look at this, Chris ECH pressing buttons on Wake Up. He's gonna eat a lot of damage here, and JB is gonna be at a level 2 Asar. Basically, there it is. He can eat on the next knockdown, but the punish counter throw from Chris ECH.
Yeah, keep it in your pocket until the next round, right? Oh, that was a counter hit. That was a second hit as well. Set up here, way too much life. With that again, blowing up the Arabian Cyclone.
Definitely want to give a little shout outs to Mr. Zapparino in the chat. What's going on, sir? How you doing? Hope you're enjoying watching this over here. Great teacher for Street Fighter.
I'm so sorry I kept patting your hand towards the end of Evo, bro. I just appreciate you. Couldn't help it. Couldn't help it. He's like, why you keep patting me like this, bro? Are you sunning me? I'm like, listen, man. I'm just happy you're here. I promise.
Oh, man. here we go. Isar activated, but very close range here. So yeah, he's just gonna use up the entirety of it just for some plus frames and gets the throw out.
Oh no!
Which,
Oh yeah!
He can still kick. Yep.
How can we kick?
And now burned out Chris CCH. This is a rough situation. Ouch! Good trade for JB though, honestly. However, he is burned out himself, but he gets the cross up. Nicely done.
Very unlucky too. Chris CCH to try to kind of like move on forward with that forward heavy punch, the Superman punch. And JB had already been airborne prior to that, so I think his awareness of what Chris CCH wanted to neutral was stuck ahead. Oh, it's so tricky, James.
And again, just for the chat, remember he can always do the kick follow-up after that OD spinning mixer if he has the wind enhancement. So you always have to pay attention to that. If he doesn't have the wind enhancement, then he can't do that follow-up to save himself. But he had, so that's why.
That's why it's good.
But it's so good. It's one of those things that you have to remember, and the only reason why I kind of remember is from Street Fighter V, because it was the same. He could eagle spike if he actually, had the enhanced tornado. Back throw. Here we go into the corner, and Isar time. Okay, is that a free thing? No. Okay, I thought that was just like a known counter for Eds, but no, that was he was able to block in time, so no, that wasn't gonna work. And it's not like, because the thing is, like, it's not like JB was plus enough to be in the middle of a move to do like an eagle spike or something, So I'm surprised that Chris did the super that fast.
I would have loved to see that reversal. What a call out! Breezing through the projectile. No pun intended. Does a drag impact. Empty jump low. You can see him timed over. Fading him out. Hook, line, and sinker with the fake. I actually don't even know if it was weak enough. I think it was just like a little bit of a fake, but it could have been like maybe the invincibility from the
Another call out from Chrissy Sage with a long jump over the wind shot to get the combo. JB getting out of there. Oh boy, look at this. Okay, no more combo.
I thought it was going to be Hey, great damage leads to a safe jump. Still going to be, yeah. Oh, yo, Chris actually was ready for the jump out. He had backed away for safety.
What does the DC mean? Like pushing them out of the fireball range, essentially?
It puts them out of the fireball so that they don't land on the rest of it.
Right, yeah, okay, gotcha.
It's literally to remove them from the possible combo.
Right, makes sense. But I mean, I saw you practicing all of the Momochi combos recently, so.
just two so far, and they happen to be the hardest ones. I'm a glutton for punishment on execution, to be honest.
It's fun, dude, it's fun.
It's hard.
It can be torture, for sure.
I still remember your videos, man, from those, from your old troop.
Oh, you mean from the old combo videos that I used to do? Oh man, that was a long time ago, man. Oh man.
Oh boy. Calling out the defensive decisions against JB. He's gonna be looking at match point for Chris.
And remember, obviously the drive parry is heavily nerfed in season 2 because when you whiff one, you're just there for a long time. And again, it seems like a lot of the players are really happy with that change because no one's really complaining about raw drive parries anymore these days. Oh, we've got Matcherino codes here, huh? Okay. Hey guys, get in that Matcherino and use those codes, man. 44 codes remaining. Shout out to JNV, always the Matcherino captain in all the chats.
I love that. I really do appreciate that. I'll be logging in after this match or during the break, but in the meantime, he's looking at TA. I think if he gets at least one more sequence into Drive Rush, that's gotta be more than enough. We just called it. Chrissy Sage blitz into CA. That's gonna be more than enough time up.
I mean, I'm always getting tagged by Couch and getting kicked in the Drive Rush cancel because I always think I'm far away enough. Then I fight Ed, and it's just like I get hit by that all day, dude. I just get hit by that standing medium. What is it? Standing medium kick, right? That's that hits low, and I just Drive Rush cancel, and I die, and I'm just so sad.
I think it's great. The standing low stuff that Ed kind of gets in like his in the places where he wants to counter poke is really, really neat. I think he definitely is remade into a very unique character in that regard. As well as standing lows, very, very cool to see.
Yeah, again, I mean, I will be perfectly honest with you. I did not care for Ed in Street Fighter V at all whatsoever.
Same.
But I think in 6 he's super cool. I love how unique they made him in this game. So yeah, I'm happy. I said before he was released, before his trailer was released, I was like, if they can actually make me care about Ed, then they are the GOATs. And then they made me care about Ed. So
his normals just look so well polished, right? Because of the CGI capture. I think or I guess the motion capture. I should say not CGI. The motion capture of a real boxer. It's actually insane, man. I really enjoyed the fact that they put that much attention to detail to make him an actual boxer, and that alone was so impressive. But also as impressive as Fishy CH too, man. That is not easy to do against a fully warmed up Rashid. 3-1 is crazy. The final score.
So Gray Fox in the chat is mentioning that, you know, the standing medium kick from Ed isn't a low. I swear I get tagged walking backwards by that thing all the time.
No,
I
it's
don't
confusing.
know. Maybe it's just me. It's just
what's
me,
really confusing. It's what about like crouching medium punch though? Crouching medium punch looks kind of crazy. I'm gonna check it out because I just started playing. Yeah, I just started playing Ed like literally like this week, but I've watched 1.5 million of like Eds, right? Yeah, so crouching medium punch is definitely for sure.
Yeah. One of the hardest thing about Ed, honestly, like when I fight him, I just don't know what his overall like main strategy is, and so like it's hard for me to fight him because like, is he a turtle? Is he rush down? And it's hard to pin it down. It really depends on the Ed that you fight, in my opinion. Like he has a lot of ability to have different play styles work for him. And I think that's one of the reasons why Ed is pretty strong, honestly.
He's got the toolkit to counter a lot of the roster. I think that's the biggest thing. So you would kind of like play it in a case-by-case basis, adapting to what's being thrown at you. So he's very versatile in that regard.
Right. Well, speaking of versatile, we got Alex Myers, who has, you know, had to learn new controllers due to hand issues and stuff. He's famously using the Ergo box right now, and looking very strong here, starting off, having a lot of really good versatility in his gameplay. But here comes Enzo.
Yeah, we call it the Professor X. Oh, he caught him mashing on the throat. Yo, Enzo, the Hokage, by the way. Speaking of adaptations, this man, or this young man, I should say, most of the time he is pretty good at like sensing danger and figuring out the counterplay for the majority of it. But Myers, sometimes he can be very ambiguous on some, right? He's already checking lows 3 times over, and right when you think you're safe after the 3rd normal, no, it's counter hit. So Tan Run cut just to close it out.
Yeah, and honestly, like Chun-Li again, you know, it's just been such a staple for her that her normals are so good. Just getting tagged by that crouching medium kick, but it's not even just that button. Forward, you know, that right there, the forward medium punch. You saw how after blocking that, Enzo took a micro walk forward and Chun-Li's crouching medium kick still hit. Her sweep is also super good too. My only -7, I think it is, on block.
Really?
Safer than most of the sweeps, yeah. And then, oh no, Enzo, come on. He's a young kid, dude. He's got reactions, dude. Like, come on. You can't test the kids, Alex. You can't test the kids. It just doesn't work.
I love the fact that he's still able to go into like step kick level 2, by the way, without having to spend like OD. I really appreciate that coming in from Ken's toolkit. I know it's not a new thing, but just seeing it in action, it's very uncommon, I think, in some of the levels that we experience, even on this side of town. But for the most part, into the Hokage, spending it wisely.
And we've also seen Alex Myers using a lot of that stand light punch, another button that's just amazing for Chun-Li because, again, it reaches far and on counter hit. I don't think that there's a range where her towards medium punch or her crouching medium kick whiff. Like, I think if you counter hit with stand light punch, it's almost always within range to get a medium to link afterwards. So it's just really good, and it just has one of the best ranges too. I mean, I think like Chun-Li and I mean, not counting someone like Luke, who has just a weird standing light punch, right? That's what much slower to start up and moves a lot farther forward. But I feel like Cammy and Chun-Li have some of the best standing light punches in the game. Oh, what? Speaking of standing
that
light
could have been pretty significant for Enzo. I wonder if he was just kind of flubbed that one up or if he was ready or not. Ah, good interruption again. He's actually caught on to Myers' tactics of trying to sneak in these overheads. You can't be doing that anymore. You gotta, now you have to keep it solid. I don't think the overhead's gonna be working on Enzo as much. He's already been firing a lot of these jabs in between strings.
under. Alex Myers actually, I mean, Chun-Li with the walk speed actually able to, there it is, the counter hit light punch into the crouching medium kick. And this is what I mean. It's such a powerful tool to have. I mean, most characters can do this. Most characters can do that, but you know, I just feel like Chun and Cammy can do it from such farther ranges, and thanks to their walk speed, and because Cammy's standing light punch is 4 frames. You know, it's like she's an evil winning character for a reason, man.
Your time will come. Your time will come.
Honestly, if you watch Punk play Cammy, the way that he uses standing light punch is just immaculate, honestly.
The thing is, where you think it's not going to counter it, it's been so hard to get away from the pressure. Uh-oh, a lot of damage. What a big risk, too, to take, you know, Myers. I feel like that was a fine risk considering your life lead, but this could also cause a lot of mental breakdowns, too. I've seen Myers kind of fall from plenty of moments of like 2-0. Well, not like super recently, but at one of the tournaments down over at Barcode. So Alex Myers, he has to stabilize his lead. He has to make sure that he doesn't get a little bit too fancy with the overhead decisions. But Enzo, I'm really liking the control he's showing from Myers, especially in the open.
So does Vi have the soundtracks downloaded? Because someone says it's the Alpha 2 soundtrack playing right now.
Yes, I do, James. Yes, I do.
You can assign all the music to the different characters in the game. Like, I've bought all this music, and I'm like, okay, put all the Chun-Li themes on Chun-Li. I'll put all of Guy and Cody's and Zeku's themes on Kimberly. You know, I put like Q and Seth and everybody on the JP. Like, I'm having way too much fun with it, dude. Honestly,
it's pretty good. It is really good. That is huge for Alex Myers, too. Bringing in 3 bars to the game. Look at that match point. Now, I do the same thing for the characters that I'm focusing on, like learning. I put my favorite tracks on there. I'll be the one that put like character similarities type stuff. Oh man. What a damage too.
Look at, God, that was like Half-Life right there. Holy crap. And you can't get away. It's gonna get smashed into the floor by the run overhead.
Look at the control too from Enzo. He's not even going to try to force the issue because then he gets pushed back in the corner. The overhead does come out. And then Myers is very adamant about making this overhead work from Chun-Li.
Well, he was just trying to get out of the corner that time. You know, he saw him throw the fireball and then just run. Oh no! Here we go. Driving back. And you know what? That was a counter hit. He can still stun him here right now. Oh boy, you gotta watch out. Reset! Okay, Alex is going crazy here. Goes for the level 3. Is this gonna kill?
He's hella dead too. Yeah, Sonson Ronka fully loaded up to critical art status, and it was a reset of damage because of the overhead. No doubt in my mind. No doubt about it. Yeah, Alex Myers taking it 3-0. Very convincingly towards the end.
It's just so gross that Chun-Li can just do that reset in the middle of a combo like that. Just cancel in the stance, use the overhead option, and can combo off of that as well. So Alex Myers taking full advantage of that. And, you know, I think, you know, it might have been the same kind of situation like I was talking about. Oh my God, counter hit, I can still get drive impacted to the wall. So, you know, Enzo might have been doing the same thing as I was and just had so much of that mental stack focused on the drive impact and when to expect that he wasn't thinking about the resets in the middle of there. And it's just, once again, adds on top of why being in the corner in Street Fighter 6 is so not fun.
No doubt too. When you're in burnout, it's a different type of mentality because you're kind of timid to do anything. In contrast to like what Enzo was doing to prevent some of these overheads, right? He was pretty much willing to do a delayed jab majority of the time. If there was any moment where he could have stuck to that strategy, that was it, right? If he were not too shook about being in that burnout state, he needs to embrace it like his fellow compatriot Noah the Prodigy, being able to kind of like whisk your way through no matter what situation, to remember like when a delayed normal would be advantageous here for certain characters, right? So that was it's not too bad either way. Enzo the Hokage not going to be able to make it through, but man, being a top 8 competitor in the very first week of US Canada West, very impressive young man.
Yeah, and again, remember, the points aren't distributed too crazily. So, you know, even if you get 8th seed, you still get decent amount of points. It's the top 3 that make it into the finals of your top 3 performances as well. So he's going to get some decent points off of that. Also, you know, they're going to add up. So if he shows up for all 5 weeks, that will be very good. But I just want to do this really quick. I'm going to click the login button. I'm going to click Google. I'm gonna click my account over here. I'm gonna enter my password. Let's do that over here.
You know what really helps me when remembering my password is saying it out loud as I type it.
Oh yeah, same. So Jeremy is a hunk.
Oh, I swear, if you gave me the Jeremy is bald, that would have got me. That would have got me real good. That would have been so
No,
sad.
but now I'm just gonna click claim code, and boom, there we go. 24 codes remaining, guys. Let's try to get in there and finish up all those codes. Let's do this. Let's do this.
In the meantime, we'll be gearing up for Snake Eyes and Moss HE. That's gonna be Zangief versus Cammy, by the way. That's gonna be really, really cool. Moss has been pretty much throwing it down for the SoCal side of things. Snake Eyes, surprisingly enough, we haven't really seen a lot of Snake Eyes as of late, or at least I personally haven't in regards to the tournament atmosphere.
Yeah, I mean, again, kind of pseudo half retired. Looks like, you know, if it's, you know, he can play at home, might as well, you know, kind of thing. But remember, if he qualifies, he's got to go to Japan, but that's never a bad thing, honestly.
True.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I've heard, I mean, a lot of Cammy players will tell you they don't like fighting Zangief, right? Like, this is a weird match. You would feel like that this is a good match for Cammy, but, you know, shuts down a lot of your dive kick game, because if you ever dive kick in your mind, you just put yourself in a really crappy guessing game. And did he just start the round with an ODDP?
Well, it was reaction to drive rush, right? Snake Eyes did an immediate drive rush forward, early standing medium punch. So that was a really great reaction. But Snake Eyes, in return, getting himself a pretty aggressive start with that SPD. Oh, good punish. Actually, a significant punish because it pushes you out of the corner. But now, Snake Eyes, he's going to be pushing the exact same way. Moss is ready. He is actually ready. That's kind of scary.
One of my favorite things about this matchup that makes it a little crazy for Cammy is that Thunderstorm beats Drive Impact. Which is hilarious. Because Cammy kicks with her Drive Impact. So sometimes if you Drive Impact and then they react with a Thunderstorm, almost by accident maybe, like he'll still beat you and it just feels bad.
Does it take damage? It does, right? It takes like real life.
I don't remember now. I have to go check.
I'd have to double check as well. I wonder how that would work if it's a Magic Pixel scenario. Damn, right after that, too. Forward heavy punch, a great way to measure your distance. Oh my god, that was punish counter, too. The extended, he's gonna do it again, too. Oh, trade combo!
But he didn't have any meter to drive cancel that. But I'm surprised he didn't cancel into a level 2, because that would have just been it right there. He just wasn't ready for that. No! Okay. I was about to say no anti-air, but he just manages to get the crouching medium kick. So that'll do it right there.
It was a very aggressive train wreck. I feel like, you know, Snake Eyes, he started things off with the drive rush and then had so many different mix-ups as to what happens on the knockdown. It's so hard to tell when he's gonna
okay, so
right?
JNV actually confirms that Thunderstorm doesn't take gray damage because he actually just catches the kick.
That's so funny. That's actually so funny. I never see that move ever in my life. I see plenty of these. SPD again.
God, I just don't know what it is. Snake Eyes, I mean, again, you know, a lot of times people are like, well, Snake Eyes should use better characters, you know, back when Zangief was not very strong in season 1. But the thing about it is, like, the way that he plays grapplers and his mindset on when to command throw and when not to command throw, and if you're scared of the command throw, he's so good at that compared to, like, a lot of other people that I just don't feel like it would be, I don't know if he would do better with another character, honestly.
Fair. I mean, he's had that kind of career in previous iterations of Street Fighter, right? He's moved on to like very neutral footsie-based type characters too. Like he went for Ryu at one point.
Yeah. But it was always funny because whenever he played those characters, he still played them kind of like.
Oh man!
Dude, not even scared of the true meaty. He just went for the OD SVD. Dude.
No,
like,
he jump canceled it. That was a throw.
Oh, you're right. Okay.
That was sick.
And he burned himself out. He's like, I don't care. Uh-oh, here's a bad situation. You gotta watch out for drive impact. I like that choice, but it didn't pay off twice in a row. He went for the fastball and didn't get anything off of them when it feels like it was like the perfect time for them.
Yeah, that's kind of fair too. There was a moment where Snake Eyes had whipped the standing heavy punch and Moss immediately reacted with a hooligan fastball. Don't know if that was intentional on his behalf, but as it stands right now, Snake Eyes is up 2 games.
It's counter sweep right there. A lot of times Zangy can hit you at range, but you can't counter that sweep. But Cammy's caught you. It's way farther than I remember it though. Oh, this is so scary. Oh wow. Was that not a safe jump timing from Zangy? I'm not sure. I have to look at that setup again.
It's a moment that everyone's been talking about. Because medium punch is a great way to halt that drive rush. Moss, he's been very attentive to some of the green stuff as well. I think he's done a lot of preemptive moments, or even like reactionary moves, kind of like stop it. That is a good corner carry because of the fact that the damage is also kind of there for the pressure, and I like this too. Moss, yeah, he's not going to be overzealous with that in a way.
Uh-oh, that's going to be a full 3-hit combo, but of course then Zangief, the only way to get true OP off that is a drive rush again. Snake Eyes didn't, it's a standing medium kick and dive kick out of the air. I like that. Oh God, it's so scary. I'll also tell you right now, Snake Eyes is the absolute best. Oh, jeez, I think he could have got the OD Air SVD after that too. But Snake Eyes is also the best at finding how to sneak in that headbutt, giving himself extra free turns and extra scary situations. Like every time I play Zangief, I'm scared to do that because I feel like everybody's mashing buttons against me. But Snake Eyes, he will always find a way to sneak that headbutt in. Oof.
A lot of the measuring with standing medium kick. Immediately after that connects, you see he's very deliberate with some of his normals to figure out, is he going to be in SPD range? How soon can I scoop him up?
You know, I gotta say, I'm actually kind of happy because I've talked about this before with patches. You know, they buffed Zangief standing medium kick, and then they just took it away. They're like, sorry, that was a little too much. I hope companies do that more often. When they do a change, they're willing just to revert the change. Because a lot of times you never see them revert the change, like they're scared to admit it was a bad idea. So I'm glad Capcom was like, yeah, okay, that was a bad idea.
Yeah, I think that's why they've been kind of going towards the idea of being able to patch out midway through instead of just waiting an entire year. Making sure that the spice is still there when it comes to like the player base and creating new things and creating new ways to play the characters. But as it stands right now, Snake Eyes, he's the one that's throwing out. Not really on the back foot though with Moss. He's trying to find that approach. And Snake so adamant about his anti-airs with the lariat.
And here we go. He staved off that burnout. Okay, here we go. Nice. Is he gonna go for the level 3? No, he goes for the mid. Are you serious? He read the fastball. Like, if she just did the down kick, like, oh man, and she only had like 2 pixels. Like that was the ultimate overkill, man. That was the ultimate overkill.
That's the Snake Eyes way, man. That's just how it goes. 3-0. Moss had a pretty good showing in the very first parts of the rounds. I will say this. I think like his edge is having some pretty good reads in terms of like what the opponent wants to do in neutral and also reacting to some of the drive rushes. Like he's already come a long way in figuring out how the meta can be played. But you're facing that guy against Snake Eyes. This is like he's the meta breaker, right? This is he's the most innovative. In my opinion, he's one of the most innovative players that we could ask for in regards to like his opinions on a character and also like his perspective on how to play the character.
Yeah, again, just such a loyal grappler his whole entire life. Clearly, you know, the way he thinks about playing the game, very different than the way a lot of normal, you know, people, when you play this game, you don't pick a grappler. You learn kind of the standard neutral fundamentals and all these things. But, you know, when you've been playing grapplers for, what, 30 some years now, that I think Snake Eyes has practically been playing this character, you know, Zangief and other grapplers. Like, he just approaches it in such a unique way that I feel like, yeah, he's not someone that you can fight normally. Like, you have to understand that he's willing to do some crazy things. So,
Yeah. I've been really enjoying my time watching him kind of come out of the woodwork even more so for some of these tournaments. But he's still got another game to play. He's going to be facing off against Noah the Prodigy. But that's going to be after this break. When we return, we had a lot more things to go through. We have 6 players remaining, but we also want to give a huge shout out to Bait for throwing it down for this week's World Warrior for the U.S. Canada West. In the meantime, stay tuned. Stay right there. Get yourself some water. Get yourself some snacks. Also, we'll be back with more Street Fighter 6.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to World Warrior here for US, Canada, West. Of course, a lot of very, very strong players from these regions here in North America. So I'm sure you guys are super excited to continue watching the action over here. I'm joined by Mr. Vicious, aka Jeremy. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing all right. I like the little tuck you got there, kind of looking over as if you're right next to each other. I love that. But no, I'm having a great time, right? We got our top 6, but overall, like, it's been very explosive thus far. It gives me a lot of...
High five. There you go. There you go.
Bam.
Yeah.
Nice. It's giving me a lot of hope for the West Coast, to be honest, because it's pretty stacked. Like, these are all very highly competent players, and in the fashion that we've been seeing them play, it's very, very strong right now. So I'm actually really happy to see the way things have been going for the West Coast right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was Vi who mentioned that there was 300 players who entered this, so that's a lot of players, man, for just for online weekly here. Obviously, that's to get in the Capcom Cup. It's kind of $1 million on the line for the grand prize over there, so kind of good. Also, yeah, but you can see over here the brackets currently Nephew and CCH, Chris CCH. Waiting in winners finals. How often? Like, everything West Coast, I feel like, is like Nephew and Chris CCH waiting in winners finals against each other here at this point.
It feels kind of reminiscent of Street Fighter V, doesn't it?
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's true, because that was like during the period of time where Nephew was like the strongest in the West Coast, and Chris CCH was trying to come up and kind of be like, no, I'm now the strongest. And so far, I feel like Nephew slightly has the upper hand here, but, Chris CCH is going to hear that and be like, what are you talking about, James? And then he's going to basically kick it up. But obviously, we've also got the losers bracket side. Who do we got down there, Jeremy?
JB versus Myers. That's going to be Rashid versus Chun-Li. I'm pretty much certain they've pretty much been acquainted with each other, both on a, I guess, like in-person level, but also in terms of, like, the way they play against each other, right? I'm pretty sure I've seen them kind of practice on both of their respective streams. However, Noah the Prodigy versus Snake Eyes is something that I personally have not been able to find on CFN. Okay,
yeah.
So this is gonna be a banger for sure.
Ooh, I can't wait to see that one. Yeah, I don't think I've seen these two go up against each other. I'd really like to see how this match is gonna go. Just want to say hello. If they get the cameras back on us over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, look.
Hello.
Oh, she's mad. She's mad.
Oh, she's upsetting spaghetti. She's trying to desync away from you.
Yeah, basically.
So we do have the loser side to go through first, right?
Yes, we're gonna do loser sides first. Yeah, we gotta do round 2 first, and then we'll jump back up to that winner side in just a little bit. So, yeah, we're gonna start off here with looks like it's Alex Myers chilling here right now. Waiting for JB, so want to see how that matchup is going to go.
Mm-hmm. I still find it phenomenal that JB was able to get into Cloud9 and then get his brother, or not get his brother because his brother completely earned it.
Yes.
But I will say, get the Org and his brother to do the Step Brothers skit that they did for their announcement. That was the most amazing promo video, announcement video that I've ever seen from an org ever in my life. If you don't know what I'm talking about, we'll show you guys later. Or at least I will. Damn, that was actually a really sick reaction against the fireball. Alex Myers starting off very aggressively. Oh, and so is JD. You gotta be kidding me.
I mean, it's so easy to react to everything with drive impacts. It's just one button press, right? I mean, it's so simple.
Unless it's from another drive impact, then it's impossible.
Unless you're me, then you'll never react to it ever.
No, I was getting burned. Oh yeah, that's a lot of meter too.
Style points and meter, yes, for sure.
That's a hell of a lot of meter. No, I was getting blown up by Drive Impact literally last week. There wasn't a single one. Right before Evo, I had a session with Farbot and Kenny Omega, and I was getting destroyed.
Oh man. I mean, honestly, when you watch like the Evo top 6 as well, people were getting hit by drive impacts all over the place. Are they getting a desync problem over here? Are they kind of like, what's happening over here?
A little bit of an error that usually happens when there's a little bit of an interruption. This is the classic
you can
experience
see it.
between the players and the characters when they do like the jabs and whatnot. but we will be getting word from Mothership, I'd imagine, if it's going to be like something that we probably don't know. But as it stands right now, the connection, this happens, man. This happens time to time. You know, we do have countermeasures for it, but as it stands right now, we're going to figure out. Damn, he's moving so fast, Myers. Usually there's a way,
box, man.
yeah, there's usually a way to tell who's at fault at that point in time, resulting in the desync. I gotta stop saying desync, and the disconnection of the match itself. So as it stands right now, I know, yeah, JB does have the life lead, but at the same time, we're not going to be too certain. I'm not going to say that they're going to call it all the way through, but it is being played out by both players.
Right. I mean, I'll tell you right now, you know, if you're gonna blame that desync on anyone, just blame it on me. Just say it's just James's fault. That's all.
I blame Cat.
Yeah, I mean that's by proxy basically. So they're really just gonna play this out, even though it's even though there's no time left in this round. Yeah.
Oh, you actually get this kill and you spend the rest of your drive gauge. Oh, that's so worth it. This is the first time in action we see an actual critical art from Machine.
Okay. Yeah, apparently they were just sitting there waiting for the ping to go down. As soon as it went down, they're like, all right, let's go. So I guess they're just going to continue to play it out. Okay, let's do this.
I'd like to think they're a little bit cuter than that. They kind of want to do like Morse code with jabs, you know, trying to send each other messages in between. It's like, hey, that was a good jab. Hey, thanks, man. How did you know the fireball was coming? You know?
Jab, 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 jab,
Yeah.
jab. SOS, man. Let's do that. Ooh, nice throw tech from JB. Ready for that one. Ouch. Oh no, was that too far away for that light kick from Chun-Li to connect? Might have just hit on a later frame. And yeah, you got the call out on the OD10 Shokak, and so now JB in a good position, but the back throw is going to change a lot here. Oh, look at the
you my God, you.
Dude, I was gonna ask the question, is this gonna kill? But Myers made sure it killed with the reset in the middle of the combo again.
You wake up in the morning, look yourself in the mirror, and say, I do those overheads confidently. Do you feel good about yourself? I would.
I mean, one of the nice things about the way that he used the timing that he used it was that it wasn't a situation where most people would just go for the level 3 and hope it killed. And so that's probably all JB was thinking. It was like, oh, he's just going to try to, you know, hope this one kills. Yeah, Alex Myers is like, you know what, I'm just going to throw a reset, even though it's going to be super overkill in this time. But that's why you're not expecting it, because it's super overkill.
But there's two schools of thought in that regard, right? It's either they're just going to accept defeat or they're going to be mashing on buttons because the buttons don't really matter, right? So that's actually very lucky that Fire wasn't a victim at that point, but perfect nonetheless. And now JB is working on his way to at least get around. Here comes the Asar, the storm. Oh, what are you grabbing?
Oh, yeah, gonna combo off that, but let it. Oh, what a throw timing by Alex Myers. Yeah, like I said, JB ended that combo with just a jab because he wanted to have a reset into the Asar, just like Alex reset with the overhead off the stance. Alex was able to, you know, stave that off, but JB still managed to win the round, so.
Man, that's disgusting. The counter hit, standing fierce, being able to link into the light for the full conversion as well. Trying to go for back-to-back touching heavy punches, but a very good scout out there from JB to jump out of harm's way. Man, that is such a roundhouse. It was a safe jump, excuse me.
It's so good. I mean, the fact that he gets that mix-up off of, you know, off of his knockdowns like that.
Yeah, it's pretty convenient, right? And he also yells it out for you. Actually gives you the courtesy call of saying,
mix up.
Saying mix up.
Yo, who forgot to clean the cobwebs out of the internet pipes, dude? Like, what the heck is going on? You know what? You know what you guys need to do? You know what you need to do? If either Alex Myers or JB wins, you want to use those last 4 Matcherino codes so they can get a little bit more money so they can get better internet, right? Like, let's do this.
Somebody's hamster is definitely hydrated. You gotta take care of your machines, right? You gotta make sure they're fed well. You gotta make sure they're hydrated. It is like a pretty significant amount of heat outside. I don't know exactly, but it's way better than Vegas, that's for sure. It's looking kind of rough.
I love it.
Yeah, JB is stuck in that animation, by the way.
All right, Mothership is here. All right, so what's gonna happen is so this is out of anybody's hands, unfortunately. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna award each player a round. They're gonna replay, but they're not gonna get any additional like meat or anything. They're just gonna like jab each other out. So it's like old traditional CPT rules. This is just out of anybody's hands, unfortunately. I told them next time if this happens, just don't continue it because it's just like, I mean, it's unplayable, right? So hopefully it fixes throughout the next match. All right.
Okay.
I mean, at this point in time, let's just blame Microsoft. Let's just blame CrowdStrike, and I think it'll be okay, right? So, I mean, at this point, that could just be blamed for everything, right?
Somebody had written one line of code, I should say. Excuse me. Hello, I'm not the tech guy. One line of code, and thought, maybe this might have been useless, and deleted it, and then just everything just fell apart.
Oh man. All right. Well, so it sounds like they're just gonna play another match here, and just if they're both awarded a round, then that means they would be tied, I guess. So we'll see how this is gonna go. So.
Yeah, so both are going to be awarded a single round going into the next game with no meter in hand as well. I'd imagine the way to do that is to kind of like force the time over, hit somebody once, and then the other way through, and then you start it, right? But in the meantime, I do believe that means it's going to take us to a little bit of a break, but not actually going to an actual break. We're going to be killing time with you guys for the most part. Now, since EVO, I feel like it's been a very, very interesting timeline in regards to like how the meta's been shaping up, right? You see a lot of the DLC characters showing a lot of love. Yeah. I'm very surprised we didn't get to see Akuma go as far as Bison, to be quite honest with you. I thought Akuma was going to be the one to kind of take it even further.
Yeah, again, I mentioned shout outs to a lot of the statisticians out there, man. Cat Cammy being one of them out there doing a lot of great things for Twitter. They put out the top 32 stats for EVO. Let me see here. It's this one right here, including secondaries. But M. Bison was the tied for second highest character usage with Ed. So yeah, M. Bison was very prolific at EVO in top 32. And, I'm sure a lot of that was obviously because, Nemo was doing really well with the character, but there was a lot of people who used this character. So
there was a slight scare too. We actually could have had a different timeline because I remember watching Moon Boots play off against Punk. Oh no, wait, Moon Boots used JP. Never mind, he wasn't using Bison. My mistake.
Oh, okay.
Let me strike that thought then. In the meantime, yeah, Bison. I feel like with Nemo, as soon as the character was released, he immediately locked in. Like, what the funny thing is, you get to see his progression. He was not the most optimal. He wasn't number one on the leaderboards. However, whatever he found in his training methods, whatever he found from other people from online as well, he kind of kept his strategy revolving around that and figuring out, since he's such a pro, since he's been so well acquainted with different types of scenarios, his game sense plus him solidifying his own strats as Bison excelled him to the top. And that was so impressive to see in a way where no one else could actually bring that character to the top. I mean, there are moments when we talk about this, and you hear it in a bunch of like podcasts or streamers say, routes have a lot to do with it. Look at his route. It was also a very difficult route.
Okay. I'll have to examine that. I'll have to examine what he was doing there. But, I love the emotion that we saw from Nemo as soon as he made top 6. I mean, he literally cried. Like, he was so ecstatic to get there. As you can see right now, they're just testing out the connection over here. But shout outs to Mena RD as well, because he corrected me, because I was like, oh my gosh, Punk is the only person who made back-to-back top 6s. And Mena RD was like, Nemo made back-to-back top 8s. It's just, last year he was in 7th place, so we didn't get to see him on the big stage, but Mena's right. Like, let's count the top 8s. So Nemo also back-to-back top 8s. Very, very impressive, honestly. So
yeah. I will say there was a little bit of a hardware failure on his behalf, unintentionally on his behalf.
That's right.
That was actually a rough. I was talking about that for a while too, and it just these kind of things happen. But at the same time, I hope it doesn't like wash away the legacy that he has provided for himself over at EVO. right? Just seeing that one instance happen, everybody's gonna be thinking about that for a while, instead of the actual match he played in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That really hurts a lot.
When it happened, like you're just sitting there and you just look at Momochi, and all I could think to myself was Momochi was like, why does this keep happening to me? 'Cause
It's always
remember,
Momochi, man.
Street Fighter 4 Grand Finals against Gamerby, right? One of the most famous controller disconnects that there was in Evo history.
Yeah.
And it was against Momochi. And both times, I mean, to his credit, he was able to just, take the win anyway. So, oh, I see. That's right. They're both going to award them with a round. That's what Vi meant. They're just going to start on round 3 with empty meters and go. That's what they're doing. Okay.
Yeah,
Yo!
JB needs to hit him once. I think that's what Myers is asking for.
Yeah,
JB. Okay, good.
There you
Okay.
go. Dude, I love that little dance that Chun-Li was doing, dude. It almost looked like she was kind of doing like a gypsy dancer. Is that actually not allowed to say anymore? Is that actually
Oh, get him! I'm just kidding. I have no idea. I have absolutely zero clue. I have no idea, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah.
I'm not really the smartest person when it comes to all that in general, so I will be openly, I will definitely put myself out there like that, but I will also be very careful. In the meantime, what's funny about Chun-Li's taunt, the sorry, that chop actually hits you for 1 damage.
Oh yeah. No, that's old school because in Street Fighter Alpha 1 was the first time they introduced taunts, and Chun-Li's was the only one that hit. So she has had the first taunt that has ever hit in a Street Fighter game. So that's a throwback right there.
Yeah, I love that the devs are just kind of like adding more and more things that came from like previous iterations, especially like something like a Third Strike, right? Third Strike actually got like everybody taunt and like majority of them hit or whatever, and they actually give you like a certain power boost or whatever.
Right.
I really love the throwback here where you have multiple taunts now. You have a literal taunt in every direction, and some are more secret than others, right? The Shin Akuma taunt. That that alone is insane.
I love the fact that Bison will actually knock you down with one of his taunts if you get too close to him. Like he just poses, and if you get too close to him, he pushes you down for 0 damage. And then the other one, he does the 3, 2, 1 and blows up the bomb. Even if the bomb's about to blow up, he'll reset the timer just to count it down, dude. It's so good.
Already off to the races. Here we go, JB. Yeah, just like that. We barely got to talk about it, but a very aggressive start. I might have thought to myself, I think Myers might have been a little bit icy, but he's pretty active, but pressing the down button multiple times.
Yeah,
that was a very convincing round from JB.
Yeah, unfortunately for Myers there, he might have had a little bit, like too much of a cooldown period, but I mean, that's fighting games, man. You got a lot of things that people don't talk about, is that there's a lot of things that can happen, circumstances, change and stuff, and you got to adapt to all of it, man. It's such a mental game, honestly.
Yeah, and it's a lot to really consider too. There's so many different options and avenues a player can approach you, and just like that, he's taking the fastest route. He's got the fast pass. In infiltrating Chun-Li's defenses up until this point, he got stopped by Officer Chun-Li. She was actually on duty.
and yes, sorry about that, chat. Yeah, it was 6 Kens, 5 Eds, and 5 Bisons. Those were the 3 most used characters in the top 32 of Evo. Here comes the hammer.
Stop, in the name of the law.
I thought you were actually telling me to stop because,
How dare you?
Super old school reference that I don't think anybody knows. So.
Man, look at the life bar too. It's almost dead even.
You're
It's
right.
almost dead even. I think Myers has a slight life lead by like 120 points or something.
So what they should do now is instead of getting them to the 3rd round, just play round 1, and whoever wins that, just end it. Is how I say you should just.
It's a matter of meter.
Well, again, they were saying that they're going to ignore meter, just jab each other once, remember, and just go and have empty bars. So just play the first round and just leave it like so, and just go. It's crazy because personally, I haven't had this much terrible experience with the online, so I'm surprised this is happening at this point.
this is truly my first time seeing it between these two. Or actually, no, seeing it in general. I've actually been playing a lot of sets lately all across the country. I have never really seen this happen before in the last month and a half or so. So this is kind of unprecedented. But we do have the rules in place, as you mentioned. We always have countermeasures in regards to every sort of scenario. I know everybody over at Capcom Esports has been really putting it down in regards to all the possible outcomes, and I know Blue Coast also throwing it down as well. With the addition of folks over here at Level Up Live, a lot of the TOs kind of come together and try to figure out these rule sets to prevent any like sort of unfair advantages or something like any sort of unfair ruling, right? We want to make sure both players are kept to an equal playing field as much as possible.
It's always one of my favorite things is that whenever something kind of goes awry in a tournament, people are always like, "Oh my God, this is like the TOs are so unfair," and da da da. And it's like, man, like you know the TOs want to be as fair as possible, just like anybody else. They're really mad when stuff happens. I mean, I still remember, I think it was one of the dream hacks where something happened and everyone started yelling at Jabali, and you're just like, come on, dude, like. Dude, none of these guys want this to happen. They're just as mortified as anybody else. They just gotta follow the rules. You know what I mean? Honestly.
Truly. That's just how it goes, man. Like you're in a binding contract when you decide to sign up for the tournament.
Yeah.
I think that's something that a lot of people kind of miss out on. Right? You're not necessarily signing anything, but as soon as you click and give consent towards participating in the tournament, you are obligated to follow and oblige the rules of said tournament. That's just, I think that's pretty much common sense, right?
I mean, the thing about it is demanding connection tests. I'll bet more than anything that you do the test and everybody's connection's just gonna feel fine.
You know, I make sure after my test is over, I position my modem and router right under my feet. Modem in the left foot, router on the bottom right foot. And I start to practice my tap dancing lessons. I've been kind of behind and rusty. But yeah, I want to make sure that I'm prepared for any of my shows by just tap dancing on my router and my modem.
I mean, honestly, you know, with how bad I am at countering DIs, I've just switched it to the foot pedal method. So, I put the router down there, and when someone DIs, I just, you know, disconnect instantaneously because,
what's funny about that?
I just don't want to deal with that.
I know somebody who has a foot pedal for DI, and they still don't. Yeah.
Are you serious?
It's funny because then we'll get into a Discord and we'll start playing in lobbies, and then we'll like message each other. It's like, hey, I bet you he's not gonna stop his DI. Watch. And like, it's genuinely so funny that people go to such lengths, and it's like, listen, brother, I don't think it's at this point, I don't think it's like the button or equipment you use. I think it's just you, man. Like,
dude, I actually want to. I'm so mad because I wanted to talk to them at Evo and I just forgot. But I really wanted to talk to Hitbox and see if they had that combo extension available at Evo. Because I wanted to get one of those because I don't want to drill a hole into my thing. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm playing on a Quamba 2009 over here and it's metal. I don't want to drill a hole into this thing. And so to get one of those combo extensions just to have the DI button at an easy to access location would be great.
The good thing about it is you could just treat it like a normal button if it's the same size, right? Depending on the millimeter. You could actually replace out one of your buttons and it's actually connected to the button itself.
Right, exactly. That's why I want to get that, so you don't have to drill anything, right?
Yeah. I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah, so I don't want to drill a hole in there, so if I get the combo extension, I can actually get that extra. Because you'll see it too. I mean, it's crazy how, Street Fighter 4 did it when everyone, you know, tried to change it so they had the back button so they can plink off of the back button for the light punches, right? And now in Street Fighter 6, like you see it, all the Japanese players who still use sticks, they've had to drill an extra button in their controller just to get that DI reaction because I never got a chance to see Nakayama-san or Matsumoto-san at Evo. Yep, there you go. You have the extra button there. I wanted to go up to them and be like, please give me my light kick, medium punch shortcut for drive impact. Please, please, please.
And guess who still never stops a DI? This guy. Actually, I've set it to parry. I love using that. For parry. I really do enjoy it. All right, here we go. I really enjoy the fact that these guys are still playing. I want to make sure that we get the fair conclusion for both one game apiece, and they are doing it out right off the bat. 10 show kicks. Get off of me, says Alex Myers. Checking the lows, too, to check the walk back with JB. Pretty cautious about it.
Yeah, and again, nobody here is gonna be like, "Oh my goodness, I've been iced," because at this point in time, both players are very much iced with a lot of this problem over here, unfortunately. So, oof, good sweep, and you said frame kill. Okay, interesting. Counter hit sweep, jab jab into overhead. I guess it's perfect movie timing for Rashid to get the combo off of that overhead. Oh, yeah. I mean, I've always said, you know, if you're playing this game and you get a knockdown and you don't have the frame kill sequence to go for a meaty timing that you are absolutely confident of, you're not playing this game right, dude. Right. Make sure you have your frame kills and your Okies all planned ahead of time. As soon as you knock them down, you should know exactly.
Way. There is no shot. I'm going to grab a bag of peanuts and snack on the side if this match doesn't conclude, because I'll tell you what, brother, I'm in a real snackish mood to see, one, this finish, two, just kind of get something in my stomach. I'll tell you what, man, this is it is rough. All right, James, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna fill it.
All right. So this was gonna happen. They're just gonna play off stream. We got to move on to the next match and see, try to minimize multiple issues. So, we want to see them play, but unfortunately, this is one of those times where like technicalities is just way overboard.
Yes.
The show must go on. I feel for these guys. I really do hope they can play off, better on those conditions, and they will let me know. So, okay. All right, we're gonna move on. I'll let you guys carry it away.
Okay. I'm just laughing.
I'm gonna go ahead and put on JB's stream on the side as we move on. So I will keep you guys posted as to who wins or who loses. But right now, as it stands, JB, he's gonna be hanging out. They're actually waiting for the time over. They're actually completely paused at the moment, just in case. Looking at the rest of the bracket, right, we're gonna have Snake Eyes versus Noah the Prodigy. It's gonna be a pretty much a treat. It's gonna be a very, very interesting matchup.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great match. We'll see how this goes, especially because if Noah likes to burn himself out a lot, can Snake Eyes take advantage of? Obviously, Zangief is a character that has a hard time taking advantage of that. A lot. He's not gonna have cool, block strings and stuff like that. But it's just being burnt out in general is just not a good idea. So we'll see what happens here in this match. But yeah, it's nice to have my machine just right here and that I can just play it anytime that I want. So
Big saying.
Yeah.
I low-key thought about booting it up, and I'm like, I want to try this Momochi combo just one more time, but it's gonna be like way too much to like focus on, right?
I mean, one of my favorite things about it, honestly, is like I like having the machine here, and a lot of times, so like when we were talking about Ed standing medium kick, I quickly loaded him up and just like tested it out a little bit. It's like, oh yeah, it's definitely not a low, sometimes I'm like, is that a sequence or is that a thing? And then I'll just go back and try it, and I can be like, yeah, it is a thing, and it's actually kind of neat. It's one of my favorite things about online commentaries. I can actually just like test things in the lab over here.
Truly, I've had a really, really great time, not even just like labbing as well, but really utilizing the full CFN experience. I've been actually following a lot of Japanese players as of late and kind of like watching their inputs. Dude, there's a lot of really big intricacies in some of the option selects they decide to do, or at least the defensive choices they try to do in case like they like to assume like a sequence where it's like, oh, they're gonna frame trap something, so they'll delay a normal in case they try to do like a slight reset or an overhead. So they're always prepared timing wise for what happens in case the frame trap doesn't come through. So a lot of the times, I'm watching a lot of these replays, and it's really, really great. You can do the same thing. You can go to anywhere on the menu. You can press start, click CFN. It's on the top row, and then you would do like search by player. At this point in time, it's like there's been so many online hubs and so many online tournaments at this point where you can kind of search anybody pretty easily, and then just kind of go through their player card and go through their replays and save it for yourself. It's been a very enlightening experience, actually. Very easy.
That CFN replay stuff is, I mean, honestly, like, I feel like it could be a little better, but like, that's just because we're spoiled because it's so dang good as it is. You're like, well, maybe you can add this, because like one of my favorite things is if you really do play a long ranked session, and let's just say you end and you like, I'm using Cammy, and you find a DJ and this DJ blows you up, and you're like, can Cammy even win this match? If you go to the replays, like the recommended replays will be like Cammy versus DJ. Like that's the first recommended replays. They'll actually like show you the last matchup where you lost, and they'll show you like a lot of times where Cammy's win, so you could actually see how they beat DJ and stuff. It's actually really cool, honestly.
Yeah, no doubt. It's actually, man, it's one of the more innovative things that we could ever ask for as like fighting game players, like right now, being able to get all that information. But also the biggest important thing, the frame meter involved, the buttons pressed, the frame data. It's actually so damn clutch.
The frame meter, like I said, it spoiled me. I can barely lab in other fighting games now without that frame meter. It's like, it makes me upset when I don't have the frame meter, especially for Oki. Oki, I think, is the most important thing. So, you know, at least when I'm playing Tekken, you know, the Oki is a very different thing in Tekken because you've got specific wake-up attacks, etc., etc. But even when I went to Strive and I was trying to lab all these like meaty Johnny combos, I wasn't sure if I was actually getting them meaty, and I was like, where's my frame meter? And then people actually modded a frame meter into it, so if I ever get, you know, if I jump back into Strive and you know, try to see what kind of buffs Johnny got in the last patch, are there patch notes for that? Like I see people going like, I'm gonna go try out the new Guilty Gear, but I couldn't find the patch notes on that. So
I have no idea, man. We're talking about Street Fighter 6, brother. I wouldn't know what to tell you. I have absolutely no idea what to tell you. When it comes to like the season, I made sure I have enough space on my PC for one game and one game only, and that's that's Street Fighter 6. I'm kidding.
Well, Mr. Running Shoes, I mean, if you can find me a link over there, that'd be super cool. I would love to check that out, because like I looked at the Twitter accounts for Arxis and I didn't see anything. So, but
what you should be doing is going to CapcomProTour.com and get yourself ready for the rest of the World Warriors coming up. Actually, I feel like there's going to be a bunch of them coming up not too long from now, if I'm not mistaken. Especially with the recaps coming up this weekend. Anytime there is a big recap weekend, there are a multitude of different regions duking it out at the same time. So this is going to be a very, I'm going to say. I wanted to say convoluted, but that's not the right word. But it's going to be a very, very much so like a packed weekend full of World Warriors, right?
Looks like you can't put links in the chat. No worries about that. I'll find it myself later. But yeah, I mean, again, we're at a point right now where I feel like Street Fighter 6, I know I talked about this all during EVO weekend too. It's just like, you know, on the subject of patch notes. But man, this game is surprisingly balanced. You know, like we're at a point right now where I feel like 18 characters can legit be logically argued to be in the top 5 at this point. You know, there are a lot of strong characters in there. Now I do think there are some characters that still need some buffs, right? I'm not gonna say the character you think I'm gonna say, so I'll give the love out to Manon players out there. Definitely a character that still needs a little bit of help out there. So hopefully the Manons out there will be able to get some love at some point in time. So
buff Ryu some more. What was all like the violent talk about Ryu and like the buffs he got, yet we didn't really see him explode onto the scene at EVO? Buff him some more.
There was no Ryus in top 32. It's crazy. And
give me chaos.
I think it's one of the hardest things because Ryu is such a character that needs to be, you know, balanced around his strongest weapon, which is the fireball. And unfortunately, in a game with no chip damage, fireballs just don't have the same kind of power that they did before. Same thing in Third Strike, for example. You know, you can parry them, so you really kind of deflate the power of projectiles, and they need to figure out a way to make Ryu's projectiles scary again, honestly.
I definitely agree with that. One of the characters that does have a very deadly projectile, know the Prodigy's character, Luke, facing off against the Iron Body, Snake Eyes.
Dude, give Ryu his MVCI charge fireball, right? I think that would be awesome.
Oh yeah!
That would be so cool.
That'd be messed up.
Kind of give him a pseudo sandblast in a way, you know? But in any case, oh my god, that was so far. That's classic. That's classic SPDs right there, catching a neutral jump with an SPD. Oh, that feels so good. Ooh, okay. Drive impact, or perhaps punish the sandblast. Well, now Snake Eyes is burned out. This is scary.
And he's going to be able to reach that recovery. Oh, and he exposes him down below. Doesn't even do anything else. Puts himself immediate. Oh, no.
No, he dropped it. He dropped it. Not
Tackle
like
for
this.
Chip? Okay, that's going to be fine. Yeah, he was only like 2 special moves away. Not too bad for Noah. That could have been so dangerous had Snake Eyes been at level 2, but luckily enough, man, this guy is so quick. Situation, that's a meaty cross medium.
And there, oh, punish counter throw too. I think he tried the perfect parry. And here we go, the corner sequence here. And I said it before, but like oh no! Not like this. Not like this. Oh boy, there's the sweep. Yeah, burnout makes that a little
Yeah, you
safer.
can't.
Great
We
reaction.
literally talked about in the previous round. Luckily enough, Snake Eyes does have the level 2 in hand. What a way to back out, and then that was sick! My man walked away with the flash knuckle, avoiding the danger, swung for dear life into level 3. What a call out from Noah the Prodigy, shifting his hurt box away from danger. What the heck was that?
I mean, it's one of the things that makes Heavy Flash Knuckles so good is that he pulls back a little bit. So, you know, when you throw it out in the middle of... Was that perfect parry drive rush into SPD? That was gross.
I blinked and I saw him in the air. I'm not gonna lie. I legit blinked and he was just like, whoa.
Yeah, meaty on that. Meaty setup for the throw, and you saw the punish counter right there. Good armor usage right there from Snake Eyes. Has the reactions, gonna spend the 3 bars to get the combo, but of course, oh, he got the jump in. He got the jump in. Spends the meter, spends the rest of the meter, gets the kill, and now he's up 1 round here in game number 2.
Versus start, and also early on, that's too far. No, I lied to you. He was pushed up a lot further than I thought before the startup of that super. Damn, that was cool. Look at the damage on the drive gauge. Oh, that looked like SVG territory.
I mean, it's an interesting strategy, but you're fighting against Noah the Prodigy, right? I mean, when is... Oh, nice. Oh, using the buff on that crouching heavy punch. Punish counter right there. Like I said, you're fighting. Oh, what a reaction with that jetpack. And he mashed out of there just in case Snake Eyes missed or tried to go for a reset. He was right. Look at the damage on that. That's just wall level 3 right there. CA.
Oh, that could have been dangerous. It's still death either way. Snake Eyes being able to rebuttal with a couple of lights in, and Noah the Prodigy, he actually flashed that parry just in case, but that could have been a very big death sentence had Snake Eyes read it correctly. That's going to be information in his pocket going into game 3. This is insane for both.
Yeah, and again, you know, people, you know, kind of joking about Noah mashing, you know, in the super in the middle of that. Dude, I don't know. I mean, obviously there's a reason why mashing gets a bad reputation, but at the highest levels, there are so many smart places to mash, dude. Like, mashing gets an unfair reputation, man. Like, there are valuable places to mash, honestly.
Yeah, but there are some. Oh my God, what a drive impact. There's also some places where, you know, you shouldn't be doing it. Somebody give him the combo extension, please. This is rough. Ooh.
Here. Gotta delay that by like 1 frame just to get the safe jump, and he did delay that jump by like 1 frame basically. Oh, good jump, but no punish. Maybe a level 1 would have been able to punish in that situation, but Noah keeping that level 1. Delay on after that drive, which is so scary, but he got the hit. Here we go. Drops the combo, unfortunately, again. We've seen Noah with a couple of flash knuckle drops, uncharacteristic of Noah. Oh, is this gonna kill? Not quite. The extra health on Zangief. Oh, that's...
Ooh, I thought he was going to be able to punish it. You know what? I think that's why Snake Eyes had moved forward, because he was preparing himself for maybe an SPD on landing, but Noah the Prodigy standing medium kick is the ultimate stop sign. That was actually so lucky for him, in my opinion.
Knocked him down. What did he hit him with? Was that I thought that was just a crouch heavy punch.
We'll take that punish. Very meaty shoulder on top of that as well. Noah the Prodigy continuously burned out. He is perpetually burned out, but this is his life. This is the life that he's chosen.
Snake Eyes was like, I'm just going to keep walking forward because you're going to fake the defense and dash forward once. And he was ready for it, dude. Snake Eyes is in such a scary situation. OD, yep. Look at this damage. Ow!
Dynamite. Jesus. Oh my.
Good patience of not falling for the shimmy. No! That was not the right move to be able to drive reversal, block, and a punish from Noah the Prodigy is going to give him a 2-1 lead.
That actually was quite aggressive still. I think that was more so from the side of Snake Eyes. If anything, trying to like use that drive reversal on such a good normal from Luke, I think.
And again, you know, this is always going to be, you know, a lot of people say, oh my God, Zangief's so good, he's so broken in this one, you know. And it's really, when you know how to fight the grapplers and play kind of a, you know, very defensive game, it is still hard for Zangief to win in this game. You just have to know what his options are. And then there are going to be some of those rounds where Zangief is just going to guess right every time, and you can't take those to heart, you know what I mean?
No doubt, no doubt. Speaking of now, Noah the Prodigy, the things he takes to heart the most is priding himself upon being one of the best in Burnout. Maybe he can find himself there off of this. Well, that's at least one way to do it.
Whoa, he pushed himself into the corner. He jumped into the corner. He's going to get the kill anyway. But what a risky situation right there. Noah actually putting himself into the corner. But he's at match point now.
This kid, you know, he makes reckless reads look so beautiful, to be honest with you. I think that's really, really important about Noah the Prodigy, because most of the time when you put yourself in the corner, we would think as like a, you know, general perspective, man, this is a really rough spot. But not Noah the Prodigy. Beautifully done, out of there as well. Safe jump setup.
Oh, accidentally charged a little too long, unless he was going for a specific frame kill setup right there.
I think he's done that a multitude of times from the last time he's playing, right, on stream. He's actually gone for the full charge.
No anti-air lariat from Snake.
Wow! You gotta be kidding me, dude.
Dude, that was, the reaction on that was ridiculous. Is this gonna kill? Whoa!
Uh-oh!
Uh-oh.
Dangerous territory.
SPD will win, and he's got no drive in. I mean, he's got at least a level 1 super to counter the drive in back. Oh my God! Oh my God! Snake Eyes is not done yet! You are getting 720!
Going for a ride for his loyal fans. Bang! More than enough damage. That is a critical art's worth of damage. Expensive, sure, but look at his suit. He spent a lot more. Keeping himself alive in the game. That's exactly what's important here. The low exposed again. Noah the Prodigy with the aggression. Already looking at very short on bars, I would say. But what a counter. Empty jump. Nothing? No, that was a counter here. He pressed something. Uh-oh. Look at the damage. He's going to do it again. He's going to do it again. You're going to drive up.
Damage here.
You're going to get
swept. A tiny chunk of left.
Oh,
yep. Safe right there. Drive rush in the crouching heavy kick. He got the chop, but it wasn't close enough to get the second one. But he has the lariat on deck this time. Actually managed to beat it. It's risky because Luke's jumping heavy punch goes low enough that it can catch you on the knees if you don't do the lariat early enough, and you can just lose straight up to Luke's jumping heavy punch. But Snake with the reactions.
And it all came from a moment where Noah the Prodigy neutral jumped and thought he was within range for a grab and whip. That entire sequence led to this very moment right here.
Noah right now with the corner position, and as I said before, Zangief with really bad defense, but what a read on the back dash! Oh, that's gonna hurt! That's a punish counter, SPD!
Send help if you can. Noah the Prodigy. On the reverse outcome of what could have been. Man, he was actually looking at match point. He was actually looking at the W. He was at the finish line. But instead, he gets greeted by Death Incarnate. That's going to be Zangief.
Yeah, he was scared of the SVD, might have held up back, and so that crouching light punch actually caught him out of the pre-jump frames off of that drive rush cancel. There we go, choppity chop chop!
What did you turn in? Like, what is it, Rapper the Rapper now?
Kick, punch, it's all in the mind.
Noah the Prodigy. Again, all in the mind is for sure. We'll see if he can establish himself a life feed, maybe around the board. Ah, I see.
Turn and kick.
That's what I'm saying. Block, turn, and kick it. Okay, now. Forward throw.
Oh, it's time for Noah in the comeback here. Oh, nice. But he only just went for the regular throw. But look at this. He's still going. Zangief has a level 3 now. You got to be scared for a second here. But he got the hit. He's going to be able to finish this off here. But he doesn't spend any meter. The throw is going to kill him. We're going to final game, final round. And Noah has preserved all of his super meter for this round.
What a risk to take, James. If you were to think about it, you think that critical art would have led to victory for Snake Eyes? That would have actually been so catastrophic if it did, right? But we'll answer that another time. Noah the Prodigy, he is on thin ice, mister. He's going to be grounded soon. I'm talking as if he was 8 years old. But again,
but you also have to realize now, Snake Eyes cannot react to the heavy. So Noah's trying to bait him because he's been reacting with the drive impact so much, but he's got the level 3, so that can't work anymore. Oh, okay, that drive was, oh, no, see, I told you, you cannot react with the drive impact. Noah was baiting him the whole time, and it's paid off here. Can Snake Eyes make the comeback here? He's burned out. This is so scary. The ODDP. Even if that second hit didn't kill, he had the follow-up all ready to go. Noah the Prodigy takes it over Snake Eyes.
yeah, and that is something that was very evident too. You talked about that exact thing, hence why we said you're on thin ice. This man was trying to test the waters a little bit too with that heavy knuckle, but it was Snake Eyes the one who was actually in danger. He was going to be the shark, but this guy had the fisherman's net a long time ago as soon as he had level 3, and that exposure is what makes Noah the Prodigy so dangerous. But at the same time, Snake Eyes, big ups to him, man. I think his remarkable comeback, getting us into game number 5 is something that's so terrifying. Like, you even saw the first round, right? Noah the Prodigy actually could have been put 6 feet under in like a couple of seconds only afterwards. So that's actually kind of rough. Now, by the way, I did want to like try to get an update. I know JB, he's currently watching. I know it's not magic. I'm actually following your channel. However, I didn't get to see the winner between those two. I wonder if you can kind of like say it out loud, but probably not. Either way.
But yeah, I mean, the one thing is, remember, when Luke has a level 3, they're gonna go for the heavy flash knuckle because they want to see you drive impact. They're buffering into Pale Rider every single time. And as soon as they see the drive impact come out, all they have to do is hit the button. So you do flash knuckle, double quarter circle forward, and wait. Flash knuckle, double quarter circle forward, and wait. And as soon as you see the 2 hits on the armor, you just press a button and you're gonna blow that up. So I don't think Snake Eyes was surprised by that. I really feel like that drive impact he did, it was so last second that I think he just kind of did it out of reaction habit, and it got him killed, unfortunately. So
Right. A little bit of a rough shot. Oh, I didn't know Nephew got the Spy Family little tag on there. That's cool. Oh, no, that might have been... Yeah, that was Nephew for sure. We're going to get the name switched around. Yes, sir. All right, here we go. Game number 1. Nephew already off to a very aggressive start. The punish counter was there.
yeah, like I said, I feel like Nephew has had a little bit of the upper hand against Chris CCH. Chris CCH, though, was having a little bit of trouble. You know, he started with Ken, then eventually was like, man, why wasn't I playing Luke this whole entire time? Then season 2, at the end of season 2, he really dove into the Ed, but Nephew, he's just been running the jury since the get-go, and it has been working super well for him. This is the $1 million character right here.
Oh, wasting my time. I love hearing that too. Oh, you thought you could get it? Oh, okay, that's totally fine. For Nephew.
There's that level 3 right there. So, according to Vi, JB131 over Myers. So
okay, cool.
Myers is out of the tournament.
Oh, unfortunate. I didn't really get to see Alex Myers winning, but I do know JB is currently still alive. But unfortunately, we didn't get to see that. But as it stands right now, Chris CCH, he's going to be the one right now trying to bring it back against Nephew. That was one game very quick.
Oh, boy. And a punish counter, no drive parry on that Psycho Flicker right there. So you're gonna get dragged all the way in. Gets out of the corner with the cross-up light. And yeah, cross-up light, short block stun, manages to get the throw afterwards.
Down, enough pressure as well. No, oh, you can't. That's right, because you're in burnout. Excuse me.
Okay, here we go. Is it close enough? Not quite. just out. Oh man, that forward heavy punch blows up Jury's fireball so well. But anyways, we go corner pressure. Safe jump and gets the throw. Yep.
Oh, he didn't let it go in time. What a fast normal from Nephew. What a decision, man. And he still gets to convert off of that fireball. This guy is big.
Whoa, did he really do it? He just went for it. He said, I'm stealing my turn with a full level 3. Woo. Dude, how did this round go turn around so fast all of a sudden?
Oh, that was actually very, very fortunate for Nephew too. At that angle, that would have been catastrophic if it was like the upper snatcher. Whoa. Too late in the uppercut.
Oh no, he landed on the fireball. That actually gave Nephew the combo off of that as well, because he was already jumping in. Huge life lead for Nephew here in game number 2. Punish counter throw, and it burnt Nephew out. And so that means that Psycho Snatcher is even more plus with the fully charged. Oh, what the heck was that? He did standing light kick?
I couldn't tell you at the time.
Oh, it was standing medium kick. He did standing medium kick. He might have tried to do crouching medium kick and it was just too late hitting down or something.
He did standing medium kick initially, then he did crouching medium punch and got punished for it, right? I think he was still concerned about trying to play the ground game against Nephew. Man, again, what was that? What was the normal? It's hard, man. I feel like it really is kind of inconsistent to like correctly time anti-airs with and that's probably just me. Like, outside looking in. As it stands right now, Chris CCH, he's looking to outpace Nephew, but still gets caught up in the lights, or at least the ropes.
Yeah. I've always said, you know, most of the characters crouching medium kicks are about the same range. So when people are like, oh my god, they're crouching medium kicks so far, it's not really true, except Jury. She does have like maybe a couple of pixels more range on her crouching medium kick, but it's not significant in my opinion.
I mean, she could. I mean, she should, I should say. She does the high out splits if she wants to. That's got to be reaching very far.
Oh, God.
Magic pants.
Yeah, splits, dude. Oh, my God. I'm so glad everyone got to see just how amazing that guy is, honestly. I was so happy.
Truly. Patrick is going to walk back as well. Are we going to get the combo? One bounce of 2. Still gets the, oh, he still got an uppercut actually. He could have got at least one more. It was a little tricky though. The fireball looked like it was pretty much off screen. Very good amount of damage. You're looking at nearly 4K.
You went for crouching medium punch afterwards. Yeah, usually after you block a sweep with Ed, you just go for the standing medium kick. I said punch. It's just because it is a punch, right? So I call it a punch as I see it. So.
Fair. I mean, like, it's the guy who cannot kill. What's a kill? I love it. I punch really hard.
Here we go. Yep. So obviously that combo, the Momochi combo, is really, really, really hard. What is the secret to that landing that first move to punch them into the fireball?
Well, whatever you believe in, you gotta pray to that first. Number 2 is make sure you don't get hit by this level 3 coming in from Nephew. It's a little bit of a long, extensive process, but it's actually fairly easy once you break it down. We'll talk about it another time for sure. But Nephew, this level 3 could have been so disastrous for Bliss having it blocked for that drive reversal. But for the most part, it's mostly just timing, right? It's like the timing correct.
There we go, nice. You see the standing heavy kick cancel into the forward rush right there. Gets underside.
Ooh, over the fireball. That was a punish counter.
Yeah, he dropped the combo. He had the punish counter. He could have definitely gotten more damage off of that. Staying in the front, yeah. Jumping heavy punch from Jury, such a good button. Blows people up like that so often. And again, Nephew, like I said, I feel like who's always kind of had a little bit of the upper hand against Chris CCH with a 3-0 victory over Chris CCH.
It's pretty hard. Really, really tough to imagine, to be honest with you, because again, there were so many sequences that Chris CCH actually had down pat, but unfortunately, when it comes to like the high, not the highs, but I would say the up close pressure, Nephew just had the correct reads, honestly. There were multiple times where he put himself in that situation where he's jumping in the corner, there was a moment where it's like, he put himself in the corner one and immediately frame trapped Chris ECH to stop him from moving, right? Caught his pre-jump frames. The second time around, he did a slight walk up before he even went to the second jump and caught the throw bait. That was actually so hard to time. But yeah, I think Nephew overall, his damage output was a little bit higher and got a lot more mileage out of these jumps on Ed. So we're starting to see like some of the big nuances this character has, right?
Yeah, well, as a result here, we have Nephew sitting in grand finals. And again, this is just for World Warrior US Canada West #1. So this is the first week. And since this is a super region, whoever gets the most points during all 5 weeks automatically qualifies. And then the next 8 players who have the highest total points from their 3 highest entries makes it into the grand finals. And then whoever wins that 8-man bracket then ends up at Capcom Cup as well. So 2 players out of this region here.
Yeah, this is so cool. I didn't realize that, but JB taking another W against Alex Myers. That was actually kind of rough. I wonder, that actually punished JB's OD uppercut.
There's another OD uppercut for Noah the Prodigy here. JB with a pretty significant life lead, but that's a small chunk of that taken away from the target combo, but JB manages to get the hit. Drive rush cancel, take the victory.
I have a confession to make. I was also looking at JB's stream, hence why I was talking about the OD uppercut. That was my bad. But yeah, focusing on the main course. Focusing on the main course.
Dude, it happens. I have the actual Level Up live stream up sometimes, and I end up watching that, and I'm like, wait, I'm way behind. I'm sorry.
There was a counter hit as well. You see Noah the Prodigy trying to press a button, but does parry the rest of the SAR out of the storm into a different set of danger. This is going to be the low. Actually, doesn't get a conversion off of that.
Oh, what a oh no! Usually, if you perfect parry that Arabian Wind, I think it is, drive impact afterward. That's usually the best way to stop it. So you perfect parry the first hit, then just drive impact, armor through whatever comes out afterwards.
That makes sense. That definitely makes sense. With enough armor to break through because you absorbed the first hit. Anti-air with the spinning mixer too. Could have caught the tap parry, but not in time, actually. I think Noah might have held it just a little bit longer. Oh, no, that was sick!
Dude. I think he tried to walk up for the throw. Was just a little too late. Just a tiny bit too late. Oh, man.
That actually was insane, too. That medium kick for that moment, that's actually terrifying. I want to see how fast that normal is again, because I don't think that's like... Sure, it's far, and sure, you get like a pretty good conversion off of it if it's counter hit. But man... That is an 8-frame normal, brother. Like, you got medium punch, you got crouching medium punch, both at 6 frames. Heck, you got crouching medium kick at 7.
Well, it worked out for him, so definitely not gonna complain. Yeah, it's Arabian Cyclone. There you go. And now to the other side with the side switch. Yeah, and look at that, just goes for the burnout right there, even on the combo. So now you've just got to watch out because you've got no way to counter the drive impact. And so you can see Noah's just taking advantage of it as much as possible here. Is he finally going to go for the drive impact? There it is. And that was crouching strong into the drive impact. JB could have thrown that, actually.
Oh, well, I mean, that's all said and done now. That's in the past. Noah the Prodigy, he's taking advantage of that one for sure. But JB, I don't know if he's going to be put in that situation again. Probably not with the way this gun is going. Very offensive already. Gets the full carry. Spinning mixer too. The frame kill. Man, the backdash too. What a rebuttal from both ends. What the heck was that?
It's so crazy whenever I watch top players, backdash those, or like, Cammy jump, OD dive kick, jury jump, medium punch, and when they're right, because I feel like they're right a lot, and then I'm one of those people that I keep trying it on, online, and I just die all day. It's like those, it's like those self-defense clips that they, people edit together where they show you what to do and then the person tries it and then they just end up in heaven, That's me.
The classic, yeah. I knew it. Oh boy. Man, really didn't work out for that standing heavy punch coming in from Noah the Prodigy, man. You can already see the pearly gates from here. Except those pearly gates are probably the training room for him. But I'll tell you what now. Looking at it. impressive start too. Again, no, the Prodigy needs to start 100% for morale purposes.
Just testing it. So yeah, if Luke does crouch medium punch into drive impact and you're burned out, you can pull out. So I just wanted to check to see it. You know, just another reason why Luke's crouch medium punch is amazing. Oh, speaking of throwing drive impacts, okay.
You also saw that the drive impact towards the early side club didn't actually work out for it too.
And now you're burned out. You just gotta watch this team.
No way. I
Oh, okay. I appreciate the thought right there. I mean, if it worked, we would have called him a genius, but good patience from JB. I'm not sure if he was aware and was just watching that super meter and was like, you know what, you're gonna try something fishy here. So nicely done for JB. God, look at that setup. Oh, really?
Oh, I thought that was gonna be a startup of an overhead, but you know, obviously, even on overhead, the animation wise, he's still grounded. Fake counter hit conversion. Okay, I thought it was gonna be fire, but never mind. No, he's going for the hard knockdown. Not the hard knockdown. Excuse me. Medium knuckle into the frame stitch.
Oh, gotta watch out for the drive impact. No, actually, not even gonna get a chance to be able to use it because Noah should be able to kill with the level 1 right here. There you go, Sandblast.
Round 2. Fight.
Yeah, he was still within range for a spinning mixer. Oh, the uppercut, get off. Oh, and JB tried to give him the same exact measure too, but no, a little bit off. Different ruler fan.
Yeah, I mean, the whole idea behind that is like, oh, you punished it last time. There's no way you thinking I'm gonna do it again, so that's why you go for it again. I know that, you know that, I know that, you know that, I know that, you know I'm gonna DP, you know, it's that whole situation.
Every single time. I love that game low key, except when I lose.
I mean, people, we joke about it, but that is like, that is how it work, man. That was kind of a 6 split right there. Oh, and a shimmy right at the end. Nicely done.
What an actual game. This guy he's showing up some different looks for sure, especially after the SAR, but now no the Prodigy. And TP, now he's getting himself a very similar situation. No, he clipped him! He took him wrong!
And that wasn't even a counter hit either, so JB might have been trying to hold up back, you know, to try to get to the wall or something like that. He didn't press a button when he got hit. It was definitely not a counter hit. Oh, Jesus.
Oh no, you can't do that. You absolutely cannot do that. Now you're gonna be burnt out everything, I think. One more sequence. Oh, he's trying so hard.
Oh, still a chance. And he's got a level.
No way! He jumped out of that. JB tried to jump out of Out of what?
He just got hit. It wasn't even a combo into it. He just got hit. And shout outs to Noah for having the wherewithal to actually combo off of it afterwards.
This kid's actually a genius for that. That's gotta be surprising.
When you find out, you know, obviously, I mean, we know because we've seen Noah for so long, but he's been playing fighting games for quite the time now, you know, so for sure he's got a lot of the skills that belie his age, basically.
What are you gonna do about this as well?
Oh, he burns out JB as well. Here we go. Mind games. ST mode. Mind games.
I think this is looking way more in favor of Rashid if he manages to build this level 2 and also be able to execute it. Yeah, this is kind of tough. Despite the life lead, I think Isar could be the great equalizer. Ah, yes, and he builds the meter.
There we go.
Level 2.
Just spent it. There we go. But he's gonna get Noah's gonna get his meter back. So there we go.
Kick it.
Yeah, see, that's what I was thinking. I don't know if I like that drive reversal because it just kicked him right back into his Isar range. Whereas if you just block that mixer, yeah, you'd have to deal with like a jab or a throw mix-up. But I feel like Isar would have been out of the equation at that point. Here we go. Quarter pressure. Oh, no reaction. Yeah. think we both thought he was gonna have that spinning mixer ready to go. Goodness, character. I'm always... Oh, he got him. He got him. That should...
No! Oh, back throw. We've seen people come back from this before.
Especially Luke, man. Oh, wow, the interruption. I mean, it's smart. So, standing heavy punch, even in Burnout, standing heavy punch, Sandblast, I don't think is a true frame trap into another standing heavy punch. I think you're plus or something like that. So you assume no one's gonna hit a button, so you steal a turn by swinging out with another heavy punch. And I think JB called that out, so that was really nice over there. I'm actually gonna see if I can test this myself.
Nice.
Find out exactly.
There he goes.
crazy.
Scientist James. He's
Yeah,
on the case. And that's another 3-0. Actually, it's a pretty big dub. 3-0 against Noah the Prodigy. JB has been on a tear thus far. Let me take a look at the bracket one more time. I got that open to the side. But yeah, again, he's going to be facing up against Chris CCH as Nephew sits nice and pretty on the winner's side. Again, just kind of give you an update. Nephew had taken down Chris CCH 3-0. There's the update. Okay, so yeah, JB taking out Myers off stream. Noah the Prodigy taking down Snake Eyes in a very hotly contested match, 3-2. And then towards the end of it, you just saw JB versus Noah 3-1. My mistake. For some reason, I thought it was a 0. But yeah,
So
JB versus
you're-
Chris CCH is what you could expect soon.
If you are burned out, standing heavy punch into medium sandblast is +2 for Luke in the corner like that. However, if he throws out another standing heavy punch afterwards, there is actually a 7-frame gap inside there.
Oh.
So that's why you can jab through that. So normally, if he's +2, you're scared because if he hits, for example, medium punch, that's a 9-frame startup, but he could hit like standing medium kick or crouching medium punch, and those things will beat all your 4-frame buttons.
makes sense.
So you do standing heavy punch into medium fireball, and you're plus, so you steal a turn by swinging out another heavy punch. But JB actually called it out, so really, really nicely done.
Truly done. Yeah, really well done, I should say. JB versus Chris CCH here on the loser side. It's going to be intense. Here we go. Only one is going to be moving on. Let's see it. James going to cover for me just a little bit. Sorry, man.
Wait, what? Oh, okay, no problem. Yeah, I mean, one of the scary things about this is that, again, JB, obviously from New York, now lives here in California. Nephew, I think originally from Florida. I don't remember. Someone can correct me about that. But Chris ECH trying to basically take up the mantle as the true born in the West Coast, top of the West Coast. But JB and Nephew always seem to get in his way. What a drive rush forward after trying to parry that. So here we go into the corner over here. Gets the throw. Oh, here we go. Tries to go for the overhead. Good block, but then just a raw drive rush in the throw. Backs off because he wants to send out the Asar. And this could actually change everything. No, he's going to erase it with that. Smart. Nullifies each other. Oh, he jumped over. He tried the DP. The neutral jump from JB was so smart. Nicely done. Baited that out. Gets the kill. And yeah, JB stealing round number 1 from Chris CCH. And here comes Chris CCH now trying to get revenge for that last round. Again, beautiful neutral jump to bait out that DP. Ooh. Oh, wow.
Never left.
Tried to get in there, but that wind shot caught him first. And here we go. Isar is going to come out and once again be this pressure in the corner. Yeah, he's just like, throw me, dude. I'm taking it. He missed!
Damn! That was actually mad defense from Chris. And also, what a call out to JB taking that risk for the Odin spinning mixer.
Oh,
And still
no.
manages to get one of his own. Oh, that was actually so sneaky. He had 2 bars. 2 bars? Now he's got 3, man. JB, it didn't even matter for him. That's crazy.
So many Isars, man. Isar for you. Isar for you. Man.
Look under your chair. You get an Isar.
Yep. Instead of a brand new car, you get a windy Isar.
You get a dirty Isar, yeah.
Oh, man.
That's actually kind of disgusting. You get a plus frame Isar.
What? You anti-aired him with your overhead? Oh, no, that was the towards medium punch. I'm sorry, not towards heavy. Sorry. Alright, opportunity from Chris CCH this time now. Gonna spend a level 1, get some decent damage. Was trying to burn JB out. He's gonna manage to do it now, thanks to that level 1 usage. Oh, counter hit, standing medium kick from JB. When he had a level 1, he could have linked off of that.
Oh, that was a punish too, if I'm not mistaken. I did see that flash up at the window. Chris CCH, man. His pressure is what? His reactions are as good as his pressure.
Chris CCH definitely wants to tie this up. Was this did these two fight each other earlier in the bracket? They did, right?
Yeah, that was literally in winner's semifinal right off the bat. Yeah, JB and
Okay.
Chris.
Yeah, I definitely saw like an interaction. I was like, wait, I've seen that before. Yeah, Chris CCH jumping over the wind shots.
Checking the low on the walk back against Chris CCH. JB gets to set up the SR pretty easily, and now yeah, with just one chip of it. What a block. CCH with the defense.
Remember, that's how JP won when you were totally here watching that. He neutral jumped over the wake up ODDP, and that did not scare Chris CCH from trying another one again. So there you go. It pays off, and he's tied it up 1-1.
Man, I had that stream.
Fair, actually.
Now I got 3 streams up at the same time.
Dude, it's so crazy. I mean, I'm totally off topic here, but you know, the technology just to be able to like watch wherever you go, it's so crazy. I don't know.
What were we before? Oh yeah, I love this. And it goes to a safe jump. Actually, is so clean. Death though.
So much in life right now. Yeah, what are you gonna do at this point? Plus frames on that overhead as well. Oh! Couldn't make it over because he went for the heavy wind shot. Goes up a lot faster.
I never really expect somebody to go
I just always want to hear the airman sound effect whenever he does that because it goes in the almost exact same path.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. I want the airman costume back.
That's right. He had the airman. That's right. He had the airman costume. I forgot. There it is.
Push forward. Uppercut again. No, he mistimed it. That was off.
Oh no. Okay, here we go. What's
Now
next?
the body was behind his head. The hitbox just whiffed. They didn't collide.
Oh, caught him low. This is a big situation over here. He's got the level 1. He's also got the burnout here. You got to watch out for the drive impact, but you know that's all JB is looking for right now, but he's out of the corner. Oh, he got the slide through the pump.
Sick.
Cancel into the level 1 out of nowhere. JB takes game number 3.
And with no risk behind it, really. Right?
Boy. Oh, and his anti-air's all ready to go as well. Plus frames. Drive rush heavy kick so strong for Rashid. Oh, he got shimmied, but the punch counter combo was not continued.
Very big bat from the side of Chris CCH. Lands up in this exact moment against JB. Yeah, it does get the blitz. He jumps low immediately afterwards. Chris CCH, he's swinging, he's flickering, he's doing what he can. But no, he gets involved in the mixer because he tried to jump out for the repositioning, but still manages to snipe out the legs at the counter hit.
Okay, gets the knockdown. Still has a life lead. Caught him low for a second there, but it's only just for 1 hit. And here we go. Only just 1 hit now for Chris CCH he needs, but the Asara is coming. Unfortunately, he's going to block a lot of it, actually all of it, but here we go. He's going to be able to extend this combo. It's not going to be a kill, but the meaty light punches are going to do it and put JB at match point.
Very risky situation as Chris CCH tried to use movement on defense for the really normal, hence why that even happened. Let's see what happens here. Uppercut. Forward Fierce. Yes, gets the kill rush, and yes, sir, gets the rest of the juggle into the safe jump. Good snipe out, too.
And I love that he just took the opportunity to jump to the other side to get the corner position back. Oh, that needs a jump just missed. Had Oh, that's a big punish right there. Never mind, that was a small punish on that sweep. I don't know what happened.
Oh, that's all throw. Chrissy CH at least survives another round. Whereas JB, he's looking at match point. He's actually looking to eliminate and change up what once was from the winner's side.
Oh. I mean, Chrissy CH was like, stop throwing those wind shots. So he got the drive impact. And here we go. JB is still at match point, and here comes Isar. And it might not even be the last one this round. He might even be able to get another one, because he was almost at a full 3 bars, but the back throw from Chris CCH is huge. And just the raw jump out by JB.
So dead even right now in regards to the momentum, in regards to the damage that's being output from both ends. Look at that too. As soon as the drop happens, Chris CCH gets exposed with the counter hit. JB, he's on the offensive. He was checking the walkback as well. Chris CCH doing the same thing. The snatcher does get contested with the parry. He cannot find the opening outside of a throw. But yeah, this is gonna be so huge for JB.
Here comes. Yeah, oh, he went for the raw overhead. And Chris CCH has been blocking that so consistently, but finally the one time he needed to block it, it didn't happen. JB eliminates Chris CCH.
That is actually kind of wild. Like, law of numbers, right? You would think to yourself, Chris CCH is looking at what, at a 90 percentage of like blocking a lot of these overheads. The one time he didn't manage to catch it was during a round win, and you know that's got to be something that's got to be like a signal for JB as well. It's like, look, man, I don't think he'll expect it at the very end, right? We got to toss it up. We got to toss it up towards towards the OG upstairs for this one.
So it was almost the opposite, because he was doing it enough that Chris CCH was blocking it. Usually nobody does any overheads until the end of the fight. This time JB actually, did it at the end of the fight, because now he felt like Chris wasn't ready for it, and he was right. So there you go. JB is going to advance forward and going to be going up against Nephew here in grand finals.
That's going to be pretty insane. Yeah, I think JB, he's going to be taking a little bit of a step away. For those of you that are following, just in case you hadn't, tryhard_JB as well, as you guys are tuning in to Level Up Live, all the way live here with Alex Valle, myself, James Chen, also brought to you guys by Bates, a big collaborator in a lot of the SoCal scene. They put a lot of the soul in SoCal, I will say that, because they've been hooking up a lot of the players with some gear to like really rock it out. They've been doing it right too.
Hook me up.
Okay. Yeah, I will.
They have. They've given me a bunch of cool stuff before, but I definitely would love to get some more, for sure. But obviously, we've been having a little bit of delays coming up here. We've had some internet glitches. We're just gonna run straight into the grand finals, baby. Let's just do this. So
you be smacking things around, huh, James? I see you. I like the energy. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Smacking things around. Alrighty. So it's gonna be Nephew sitting in the grand final spot with winner's side priority on him, right? Is it gonna be like winner's side advantage, I should say? No priority, winner's side advantage. And that's gonna be in the case where if he wins just a straight up 3 out of 5 set, guess what? He's your winner this week. If JB manages to get the first 3 out of 5 set, it grants a reset, brings him down to the lower side, the loser side. But yeah, JB's walking through that door as we speak. It's kind of weird that I'm just kind of like watching him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just,
yeah, same thing. So I'm
he
looking
knows
at it too. See, we're looking in the same direction, right? So we're looking.
Yeah.
Oh, but you're actually literally watching his stream. Okay, I thought, that makes sense there. Okay.
Yeah, I'm loving
But
it.
again, Nephew, JB. I mean, I feel like these two are so familiar with each other. These two have fought each other so much, and I'm not surprised this is the 1, 2, 3 order so far. This is the top 3. Again, I really feel like Chris CCH, JB, and Nephew are really like the 3 strongest in this region right now, in the West Coast region. So I wouldn't be surprised to see them continue to do this week after week. If they keep shuffling who keeps getting first, second, and third, though, between those 3 for the first qualification spot, which is just pure points, it could come down to a really, really, really close one.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm looking forward to. I'm not going to look at JB anymore. I'm looking at the screen right in front of me, baby. It's you, me, James, Chad. Here we go.
There we go. So it's going to be Liquid Nephew going up against Cloud9 JB. You'd think that we were super esports in this town right here by looking at those sponsor names.
Dang, you're right. These are some top-notch organizations, actually.
Yeah. And you know what? JB with some top-notch play right here. About to take it. What a parry. Nicely done. But yeah, you're -3 if they parry that. And so JB tried to swing after the drive. Impact was blocked. Died. Oh, nephew. Yeah, he drive rush canceled, but he can't drive impact because he would have died. The only thing he could have did was a level 1 there.
Sky high. And the way to do is to set up the SR and also look at the possible. Yo, what was that? You tried to move?
And now you got to deal with this mix-up. Nice block on the empty low, but then still tried to swing some buttons afterwards. Got hit.
Nope. Overhead does clear. Level 1 as well.
Level 1, yep. Do some good chunk of damage, but best of all, push him even further back. Using the fireball, of course. Fuha fireball going into the drive rush, the classic Jury rush down tactic. That time was just a regular dash.
Oh! Oh, what a trade! No, that was, I couldn't tell that was a combo. I actually couldn't.
You're burned out. That's the end right there. There's nothing you can do. Yeah, as soon as you blocked that SR, it was just basically nothing. I mean, what was Nephi going to do? If he jumped in the air, he would have died. If he stayed on the ground, he would have died. Didn't have any way to fight that tornado. Pretty much a checkmate situation there.
JB didn't put himself in a situation where he could possibly get thrown and misstep, so that actually is truly a checkmate scenario against JB. Man, the trade combos coming out the woodwork. Oh, look at so clean.
Pressure, look at that, man. Nephew was angry. Nephew was definitely angry. So nice having those jump attacks that hit so low, because you can catch people more quickly off guard with your jump attacks so they don't anti-air you. Ooh, what a read!
It's gonna be huge. Look at the corner carry and the positioning. This is going to lead to at least a safe jump. Yes, I can throw. And that is the most opportunistic moment to use that drive impact when they have very little to no life left because they can't afford the trade. However, there was a side of bar on the side of JB. That's going to be information for the next round. I feel like for JB, he's not going to be susceptible to that again.
Standing heavy punch again. Jury standing heavy punch and forward heavy punch, I feel like are like two of her best tools. They reach far and they're also cancelable, so you can't just drive impact them. If they're ready, they will be able to counter you. So it's such good tools to have your longest range buttons be cancelable like that. So few characters actually get that benefit. Oh, there we go.
Ah, you had just mentioned it earlier. You know, it's funny enough. That was a commitment choice too from JP. I think like him going airborne as well. I don't know if he would have been able to recover. I have to check that out myself. No, not quite the SR territory, but a couple of hits left. Yes, sir. However, next guard. Oh, I thought.
Rashid the kicker.
Oh, we can't do anything about it. Oh, do you think he could have maybe like level 1 or a throw in time?
I mean, he might have been able to level 1, but I just don't think he was ready for it. That's going to be one of those things that you have to be so ready to do. You know, you have to have that premeditated. But on reaction, I don't think Matthew was going to get that out in time. Wow! What? How did he go to the other side? What the heck?
Couldn't tell you. Oh, no way.
Oh, he went for the whole level 3, the whole shebang. He's like, look, I know level 1 won't get through the projectile, but this will.
And it puts him in burnout. Yo, JB is gonna be so stuck here. I don't know if he'll be the one to type or the type to kind of like mash through the string, because I think level 2 is what he wants to keep on. That's fair. Like, think about the assessment here. Like, if you did a level 1 past in through a gap through a string, right? It gets the damage, sure. Gets you a moment to breathe, sure. You're still in burnout. You're still in a very big life deficit. I don't think it's gonna help them. No way.
Oh! Oh, sorry, but just to address the chat, absolutely, please, if you can, you know, obviously on Ethernet, but if you can, please join these tournaments. They're fun, they're a great time. You get to play all these great players. It's free. You get to earn points to try to make it in the Capcom Cup. It's a great time, man. Definitely try to get in if you can.
we can't guarantee that you will not be as stressed out as JB currently with the burnout situation. He doesn't have a bar to his name either, so even if you want to try to get out of something, is that going to be far enough? No, it's not quite there. He gets to do it again. Level 2, he hits a charge as well. Let me get that funk sway engine. Let me see that funky stuff.
All right, let's see what he decides to do. Can he kill off of this? Or
I
is
don't
he
think
gonna
he
go
can,
for a
James.
reset? Yeah, he can't. Well, that's still a safe jump though, so he's okay. Whoa, that was almost so sick. Going through that and being able to punish on the other side was just a little too slow. Good block on the overhead, buddy. Actually, perfect. Parried the counter poke. Remember, unlike Street Fighter V, where all overheads were -6 and punishable, this game they're all -3 and safe. And so with the counter poke attempt right there, the call out by Nephew to get the perfect parry and take it. So again, perfect parry is really, without having an OD reversal, the only way to steal turns in this game, as long as you have that drive gauge. So
That's actually kind of wild too that it happened. At that very moment, I would have thought the same thing. It's like, all right, well, I blocked the overhead. Successful. I'm going to reward myself with my own turn and a button. But that's like the best part. That's the best time to throw out the parries when you're trying to steal back your turn. I love how that meta developed, by the way. I always wondered how perfect parries would kind of like pan out in the future of this game.
Right.
You need to enjoy it.
I mean, honestly, like, I think if it was still like season 1, I'd still be a little more frustrated with them. But the fact that they have so much more lag now and basically are so much more susceptible to throws, I don't think they're nearly as bad as it was before.
I agree. I kind of agree with that for sure. Oh boy. No, he caught the pre-jump, perhaps. I don't know what it was, but JB, he tried to get out of dodge again, but no. No anti-airs. A little bit on the lackluster side on defense. His pressure has really been getting to JB.
How do you even think of doing that? Right, here we go. Jab poke. Oh no, he just ran into the overhead. I mean, sorry. Yeah, no, that was the overhead. So he was able to combo off that. Isar's over here into the corner here. Look at this continued pressure. Oh man, he had so much drive gauge to keep using for this. But Nephew finally busts out with the OD pinwheel.
Perfect parry, back throw, you already know it. How do you set up though? Fierce, keep him honest, keep him in check as well. There was going to be a native forward throw. It's going to be a punish counter on the top. Tap parry, excuse me. Oh, it's going to be huge. One more sequence and it's going to be lights out. Can Nephew get it? He does! It's going to be the target combo to go through it. Then, of course, it's going to be level 3 afterwards. You already know, ladies and gentlemen, Nephew taking it all the way.
And for Nephew, that definitely felt good, didn't it? And JB is gonna go down in second place. But again, like I said, one of my favorite things about the way the point distribution system works here for Wednesday, it's not Wednesday Night Fights, sorry. That was old habit right there.
Technically it is, James.
Yeah,
it is a Wednesday night,
true.
so we definitely keep the juicing.
But you know, the point distribution here for World Warrior, very, very generous. So it's like 50 points and then 40 and then like 35, etc., etc. The points remain very, very close. So again, just by finishing second and third and fourth and fifth, for example, you're still gonna get a decent amount of points. And the person with the highest total qualifies for Capcom Cup. And then the next 8 players with the 3 highest performances added together will compete in the finals tournament. True, you know, double elimination bracket, and whoever wins that will be the second player to qualify from this super region.
Yeah, really, really hype stuff all around, man. I really enjoyed the way that the majority of the players have been playing, and also the list of players that were involved. I think SoCal, West Coast actually are in some pretty good hands. Most of the time, I recognize a lot of the SoCal people that have been traveling local to local, prepping for Evo, etc. You may not know we're watching, but we always are as commentators. And look at this kitty. She's also just
Dude, how does he know? He always knows when the streams are about to end, because like he just runs up and he just has this idea. Then he starts rubbing his head on my microphone and just makes all this noise. I mean, this is just the way it works.
It wouldn't be a James Chen commentary without your cats, and that is for sure.
Yeah,
that is totally
right?
understandable. I will say this though, thank you for everybody that's been tuning in all day, all week, actually, to every single World Warrior. Most of the time we do have like a winner's interview, but since we had so many delays, we are on a time crunch. In the meantime, yo, James, any final thoughts going into it?
again, right now for me, the kings of the West Coast for me right now are the three that we saw here in the top three here, which is JB Nephew and Chris CCH. I don't know if Samurai entered this tournament here, but he was always kind of in that mix as well. Not sure what happened to him or if he just didn't make the top 8s this time, but I really feel like it's going to come down to trying to take those three out. Which one of them is going to qualify by points, and then now you're going to have to take them out in the actual double elimination bracket.
I love this guy. He's like, hurry up, Dad, I'm hungry. All right, listen here.
He's
I'm going to make sure you get fed. Chat, it's been an absolute pleasure. Again, everything's been brought to you by here, the World Warrior Series for Canada and US West. Level Up Live throwing it down. Shout outs to you guys, obviously. Pops, Jimmy, y'all the real ones. The classic WNF, man. Can't stop, won't stop. Also, big ups to Bait. I'll be seeing y'all very, very soon. They got a big lineup of shirts coming through this weekend at San Diego Comic-Con. For those that are in attendance, be sure to check them out as they will be dropping exclusive lines of merch for a multitude of different things, including Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. If you guys want your first hands exclusive, I will be taking a lot of photos there. Be sure to follow me along at Vicious FTC.
Nice.
And I'll be also trying to hook up James Chen when he wears it. Be sure to check him out at J Chenzor. That's going to be our time, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you enjoyed the very first week of US Canada West. We'll see you on the other side. Take care of yourselves and keep playing that Street Fighter 6. Peace.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.